I was like, honey, what do you think? Do I need to pick up anything on the way back home? He's like, I don't know, a treat. And I was like, okay, what kind of treat? And he's like, a caramel macchiato treat. And I was like, all right.
Oh yes.
So I got a vanilla bean frappuccino.
It is good shit.
God, it's good. I don't get Starbucks very often. Like I don't drink coffee very often. I have some in my house. I have like instant coffee in my house, and like if I'm really flagging because I didn't sleep well the night before, then I might have like 1 cup in the afternoon.
Emergency. Rations.
Exactly. But I do not drink Starbucks or any of that very often at all. It's very much like a one-time, ever so often treat.
My room is messy.
But then I can feel it. Like on the caffeine limit is the extra caffeine. I'm just like, it's just that's me.
Just need it though.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello everyone. No one's here, so it's whatever. Like, do I have to do the intro?
I don't know. You're fucking streaming.
Hi, 0 viewers right now. I don't.
And we could
wait.
wait.
Oh, we could wait. I put in my server, but
Never
mind. Eddie's here. My thing doesn't.
Hi,
work.
Eddie.
Hello, Eddie.
Today we are going to be playing Center of the. I was about to say Creator of the Universe. Center of the Universe by Ash, who's in our party right now.
I'm right here. It's me.
Dark Animal over here. Hello. We're also playing a visual novel today. Thank you guys for playing my game earlier, Dark Animal. I appreciate it. I'm only gonna say well, I have a timer on that will say
this game better be insane. I'm so sorry it's not.
This game, Cap, is
I'm
insane.
so sorry. It's not insane, I promise.
It is.
I mean, my own status as a person is a little bit like suspect, but
it's gonna be good because Ash made it. All right, David, chill the fuck out, sir. I'm just kidding. Hello, everyone. Before we start, I'm only gonna show my Kickstarter once. I promise. I have a Kickstarter for Battle Royale for Your Heart Up.
Woo!
Been in my streams, you know, I've been talking about it for a super long time.
It's amazing.
So if you guys would like to donate to the Kickstarter, that would be really cool. Every amount helps, even $1, because you can get access to Kickstarter backer only updates. Also, I'm doing a super cool thing where if you donate to the Kickstarter, I will add your name to this wheel right here, and then we're gonna spin the wheel at the end of the month, and whoever's name it lands on can pick whatever the fuck I stream, because I know you guys want me to stream like Minecraft or some shit. So like literally whatever you want.
I'll stream Minecraft with you.
Yeah, we can do Minecraft. What I don't Rust. I don't know what they want.
Minecraft beds together.
What if we pushed our beds together?
Oh my god, play Hades. I'll buy you Hades. You can stream Hades.
Well, I will literally stream anything because I really want to fund my game. So.
Okay, I just want to say, like, I was looking at the Kickstarter for Battle Royale for Your Heart, and it looks so fun. Like, the story, like, it's just, like, I don't know, like, the story, but just, like, looking at, right? But it just looks really good, and it looks, like, awesome, and, like, I saw it, and I immediately was like, I want to read this, I want to play it.
I mean, I'm biased because I know the story.
I don't like. I have to sit here and not know, and just like read the character profiles and be like, I can tell there's conflict between some of these characters, and I love it. Just like the way you've written it, it just like gives me ideas, and I'm just like, I just want to know. And
it's really cute.
I feel like, since you are a Fortnite player, I feel like there's gonna be like gonna be some thoughts and like, you know, like feelings about the different strategies, and I am here for that. There's a lot of shade
in there too.
Exactly, I am here for the tea. I'm here for the shade, for like the online battle royale strategies. I'm here for it.
If we haven't convinced you guys to play the game, because you know the demo's out. On Friday, I will be streaming it with 2 of my friends, Gabe and Luna, who are not... Well, Luna plays visual novels. Like, Gabe has never played a visual novel in his life, but he plays a lot of Fortnite. So we're gonna get his opinion on it, and then I'm gonna stream it again with my co-host right here. So, we're gonna play it a bunch of times on my channel. Until you guys get sick of it, and then donate to the Kickstarter, okay? Great. Now let's play Ash's game.
Oh gosh. Okay, one more thing about Kickstarter. One more thing about Battle Royale for Your Heart. Voice actors in it are
Mm-hmm.
incredible. They're fucking
Ash
incredible.
did the directing, so they were
I did. I did.
good, but then they were extra good because Ash did all the work.
And they were
for it.
already so good. Like, oh my god. I was like, we don't have to do fucking anything. They're amazing.
The fact that I
Good
didn't have
God.
the volume level just made me really happy. I was like, I can work with the director from now on.
Oh, I'm not even a good audio engineer, so that's how low the bar is.
I mean, it sounded pretty fine to me, so like, the shade was hilarious and was awesome. Yes, Dark plays a lot of, oops. I wasn't supposed to say Dark. Sorry, Eddie, I guess my mods can give you your points back. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, let's play your game. Thank you, Wolf2, for the compliment. I don't want it to be about Battle Royale for Your Heart because we're here to play your game.
It's
But
fine.
I will warn chat that I have Nightbot gonna pop out the link every 15 minutes. So,
Oh, shit.
sorry.
It happened.
You know. Okay. So Center of the Universe was made in was it 1 month or 2 months, right?
This is a 1 month. This was a 1 month
1
jam.
month. Oh, this is the winter jam.
This is the
And
winter
solo.
jam, yeah.
Ooh,
Too.
that's even more
Solo
impressive.
and solo. Me all by
Yeah.
myself.
Ash is a solo dev.
Like usual.
She did the whole game in 1
Life.
month. She did the backgrounds, the characters, the stories, all of it.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna get the inside look. If you guys have any questions about game development or
Mhm.
voice acting or anything, you can ask us while we do it, while we play.
Seriously,
Just, like-
ask about voice acting. I will talk for literal hours about. I'm a professional voice actor. You can't hear it
Yeah.
right now because I'm on my shitty headset. But like, I will literally talk for hours about it. I promise. Okay.
And Caramel's voiced in 2 of my games as well.
Yes.
So,
I'm
and
so
Heidi
sorry,
makes
Caramel.
games, so.
No, it's okay. I love hearing.
Oh, I gotta hire your voice, Caramel. You're low.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're kind of low for me too. I had to like lift you in my
Hold on.
personal Discord. Oh, that's
Is
better.
that better? Okay,
Mm,
perfect.
Yeah.
Sweet, made of
Whoa.
chocolate, milk chocolate specifically.
One thing I'll say about Battle Royale for your heart, because I know we're all gushing about it. The morning that on Monday, I was just constantly refreshing because I'm like, I'm excited to see like when it's gonna drop and what's there. And the moment it dropped, and I was just scrolling through, I was like, oh my god, this is like super cool. I really like this. And then there was the SoundCloud link for the theme.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
And
battle theme.
I listened to it and like I was just so excited. Like I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be great. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be amazing. I love it so much.
I already
But
know who
I'm really
Caramel's favorite's
excited
gonna
for
be.
it.
I feel like it's gonna be midnight. But anyway.
Let's just go.
Okay,
Let's just do
okay.
it. You don't have to.
Okay, let's play.
Okay, start. Start. Oh, I guess I could assign people. Want me to do the
Yes.
narration because it's my game?
Whatever you want. Your call.
Yeah.
Okay. So the characters that are available, there's gonna be, Soshi, Precious, and Gara, and it just depends if you want to be a bat monster man, a teenage girl, or a 10-year-old child.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's a triple threat of choices right there.
Yeah.
was
like,
it
we're all
Bat
separately
Monster,
good.
10-year-old child, and teenage
Or a
girl?
teenage girl, yeah.
Alright, well. Teenage girl, since no one else is going. I feel like the other two, I feel like you're gonna be kind of hard. So.
All right.
The little girl.
Okay, and so like Caramel Lazy Gara.
Oh,
Okay, you're the bat monster.
I'm
Nice.
that
Who's the main?
monster.
They're the main character. It's fine.
Ron, welcome
Okay.
in. Oh, it
All right, cool.
worked. The command worked.
Yay!
Okay,
All right, so I'll read the narration. Okay. The weather in the mountains is a tempest this time of year. Only an hour before the sun was hot and bright, a sweltering orange that pricks at your skin. As the clouds come in from over the ocean, though, it's clear the evening will turn into a maelstrom. It's a bad time to be out so far from home, and yet the hot rains come first, blasting hard against the side of the mountain, kicking up rocks and dirt. I can keep it out of my eyes well enough to pick my way down through the valley. The sky grows darker. A crackle of lightning breaks pink-orange to the slate-gray void. I can smell it, like bitter fruit in the back of my throat. Dangerous. This is the kind of storm that could swallow a person whole. The weather in the wow, I went to the back of the top. The rain becomes sleet, becomes hail, and I find a cave with worried hands. It's dark, so dark, too dark. It had still been the afternoon, hadn't it? The rain streaks in sideways through the opening of the cave, and I sink deeper into it, escaping the tiny, biting teeth of the wet weather. The loud cracks of supercharged lightning begin to fade as the cave closes in around me, and the dark becomes even blacker. It's quiet. The sort that's so dense blood pounds cacophonous at the base of your ears. Sky appears, dim, blue, and I blink to bring it into focus. I step out into the pale, cold light. Cold. I look down on my feet as they crunch into snow. How is it snowing? It's only just dipped into summer and our areas are far below the snow line. I couldn't have gotten up high enough in such a short amount of time, and the trees around me are very much not supposed to be there. Within minutes, I know that the ground below my feet is flat, and despite the sharp spine of mountains in the middle distance, will remain flat for the time being. This is oddly comforting. As it gets darker, the slight assurance that I won't fall off a cliff makes up a bit for the confusion. Through the peak of trees, a pop of dancing lights, artificial ones. Artificial ones! I pick up my movement, sloshing through the snow that gets looser at the trees as the trees thin. A house appears in a clearing. Oh, thank goodness, a safe house. Maybe. That's what the strings of lights along the eaves mean, right? Even if not, they'll know where one is, surely, or how to get to the nearest highway. What do y'all want to do?
Ooh.
I'm an asshole and I always knock.
I
So
want to jump right the fuck in. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
Knock on the
always
door?
really
Let's not.
aggressive.
No, yeah.
Knock on the door. I find the door around the front and give it a quick knock. No answer. Maybe it's not attended. Around the side is a window, wide, curtains open to the wilderness surrounding us, and I peer inside, cupping my hands to the cold glass. It's dim inside, but the main room is filled with tiny decorative lights. On the mantel over what I think is the fireplace. From garlands strung along the banister, coming down the staircase, as flickering candles on tables that really shouldn't have been left lit with no one here. And there's a tree in the corner just filled with lights and baubles and shiny bits of round metal. I've seen the inside of human houses and picture books, and this just seems odd. Something's not right. I pull back from the window and my reflection flashes back at me in the dark glass. The fur of my mane is matted with water, damp from the rain, sweat and mud. Drops of snow still stick to the tops of my wing fingers where the circulation is poorest. There's a rip in my knit tunic. I look at disaster, really. More importantly, though, I can tell that this is not the place that was made for the likes of me.
Where am I? Whoa.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm in the center of the universe.
Yeah.
Welcome to chat, Sooner Girl.
Alright.
Chat, we're
I
also
love the
not
little bit of
ignoring you.
ATL.
What was that? Oh yeah. Oh my god, that was
Yeah.
so fucking difficult to program. And I
Oh.
still didn't get what I wanted. So I was like,
Oh,
whatever,
really?
it's just gonna go. No, not quite. It came out good,
Okay.
but that was not how I like pre-animated it in my head and like storyboarded it. Like I was like, I can't get it to do what I want it to do, so I'm just gonna do this instead.
Wait, but didn't you
Whoa.
finish this one fairly? I want to say early, like
about
quote-unquote early.
about three or 4 days early, yeah.
Early for Ash, because I feel like
Yeah.
for most of the game jams, you're kind of like
I'm usually right into the last
10
minute.
seconds before.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually spending those last few hours like trying to get everything finished up. So this one I got in about 3 days early, but I wanted to like relax before the new year, so I was just like,
What up, Uzi? Welcome to chat. No mods yet, sorry.
oh no. I hear a sound, mechanical, coming up the dirt road, and I back into the trees. I'm not particularly familiar with machines, so I don't know what to expect. Some kind of enclosed carriage, bright lights that shut off. Never seen anything like it. I struggle with words to even understand it. I've heard of engine-powered personal vehicles, so this must be one of them. 6 people pile out of it. 6 humans. 2 are older, but sprightly. One moves a little slower, a little more bent, leaning slightly on a cane. They go inside first. 2 more middle-aged. One goes inside while one lingers to help a small human emerge from the very, very, very back. Behind her, another young human, though not nearly as small. This would be the teenage girl.
I made a mistake.
Would you like me to give you what you're supposed to say?
I would not even
Or
know how
you
to...
could do the full Gara experience and just
Okay.
be like, Say anything you want.
For my character, please don't tell me what I'm supposed to say. I'm gonna wing it.
That's so much
Anna,
brain power.
Anna, just like make something up. Make some gobbledygook. You're fine.
I'm gonna try to pronounce it. Prejus Tiger Black Pike? I don't know. Fake. This is the whole game.
You did a good job. You did a good job. It's not gonna be you the whole time. You're fine.
Oh no.
The young human throws some kind of bag at the tiny human who catches it bodily, stepping back a few frustrated steps. They sling the bag over their shoulder, then make some gestures to the older one, who quickly realizing is most assuredly a sibling. The energy is palpable. But those aren't just gestures. That's universal sign. I think at this distance I can't be sure. That's you again, Anna.
You whatever.
Yay!
Yay!
I don't know what language this is, but I know I've heard it. I can't understand it for sure.
Oh my god.
This is the mom. I'll do it. Daughter, take Chi-Chi out before bed.
Okay. Yes, English.
You got that. Now that language, that one I know. Sort of. It's one of the port city languages. I can't speak it, but I marginally understand it. I'm one of the designated interact with the humans people, so I suppose this is the side effect of that. They all go inside. A moment later, the older of the young ones returns outside with a small animal on a leash. It's got 4 legs.
Aww.
Oof. So they're the sort to either import or buy from a specialized breeder, or I'm much farther from home than I realized. The way the young human is dressed certainly continues to imply the latter. This is an adult. I'll be the adult. Zoshi.
You're a pro.
Do it, Anna.
Oh, is that me?
That's you.
Quit.
Good job. Their words have a lot of weight to them. Much different than talking to the other parent.
Oh my god.
That's me. I'll do it again. That's the adult again. You're fine. You were supposed to turn on the dishwasher before we left. So now it's not. It was. So you were supposed to turn on the dishwasher before we left, so it would be done when we got back.
Oh my god.
I wrote the damn thing. I know what it says.
Sorry, I forgot.
Good job! Yay!
I can read, kind of.
Did you forget, or did you just? Let's see. Did you forget, or did you just decide not to do it?
Ash, how long did it take you to come up?
A long time.
Okay.
A long fucking time.
That's what I
It's
thought.
okay. It's IPA is what it is. So it's really just it's the words themselves. I just used IPA to be like, okay, da 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 da.
What is IPA?
IPA is International Phonetic Alphabet. In that it's how you
Fancy.
pronounce stuff. It's how you pronounce stuff. And I can explain why I chose to do it later if we care.
We care.
We all
Um,
care.
Welcome to Chat Pandy. If anyone has questions, I literally have the game dev with us in the party
me.
right now.
Do you have questions about
yeah.
game dev or writing or acting? It's me.
Literally anything. Ash does it all. Okay. God, I just forgot. Okay, I'll do it in a minute.
Think of a male name that begins with D. It ends with a
Dave.
yeah. There you go. Good job.
Oh, that's like a puzzle. I like it.
I'm having such a fun time. Already did. Do we need to have a talk about your attitude?
Oh my gosh.
That was so quick. No.
The door closes again, the light that had been shining on them snuffing out. I watch until they go inside. Slowly, lights start shutting off through the house, and I suddenly realize I don't know what to do. This is not a safe house, and I have no idea how these humans will react to me, how I can even talk to them. I cast up at the dark sky, littered with pinpricks of light. Not as many stars as I'm accustomed to, and arranged in patterns I've never seen before. There's a thick, hardy tree nearby, and I climb into its thick boughs. This will have to do for now. Across the branch, a single window is still alight in a large room on the top floor, and in it, a tiny face. A face that seems to be looking right at me. Can the tiny ones see me? In the dark like this?
That's cute.
Their eyebrows are knit, lips pursed together in consideration. I wave hello in universal sign. They stare at me. Then they sign it back. A little different, but the gist.
I'm not scary. Almost
The language-
scary.
The language lacks nuance, but when it works, it works. They hesitate before responding.
You a dangerous beast.
Wow, really? Hiding on the easy first line?
Rar.
Welcome to chat, sit through shadows. LOL, I guess. I kind of read it. Stop view batting me.
I think it's important. So I have to note that while
Yeah.
this whole conversation is actually in sign language.
Oh.
Like, yeah, this whole conversation's in sign. Obviously that's very difficult to convey right now, but this whole conversation's in sign. Thus the hello ASL and the monster ASL and all that good stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wanted to do more, but it's very difficult.
In 1 month, I can imagine.
Yeah, if I ever add stuff to it, like maybe like in a year when it's the right time of year again, I'll just like add more. Just iterate on it. There's something slightly different between what they're speaking and what I am. Their hands move in the wrong direction. Oh, there's a typo there. Maybe it's not technically sign. Close enough, hopefully.
Am good. Am friend. Am traveler. Am lost. Need help.
One of those landed, and they nod their head enthusiastically. And something pulls their attention. They wave goodbye, and the lights suddenly go out. It's my own game. I'm doing all the talking. I'm realizing. I'm realizing how much dialogue there actually is
I
in this.
love
And I'm like,
not
oh,
being
wait.
the narrator for once.
I've camped out before, spent a night curled up in the bottom of a merchant caravan car, made a campfire in a cave, and the snow rolled in. Never a tree, though. That's a new one. It's cold. Very cold. Luckily, the chilly morning starts sliding into a warm afternoon. I head out into the trees, spiraling out from the house, trying to get my bearings. At some point, I'm going to need to figure out exactly where I am and what my options are for shelter nearby. I still don't even know if... Oh my gosh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless
Thank you.
indeed.
Bless you.
Ugh. I still don't even know if making myself known to the humans is a good idea, much less asking for shelter. I have to admit a limited experience with heavily wooded areas. The land on either side of the mountains back home is desert. There's something that doesn't feel quite right about the forest. It lacks something. A wilderness, a ferality. There's evidence of predators, of course. Clean-picked bones, a hurried trail of large cross-shaped prints in the snow, kicked-up rocks, and turbulence in the thick layer of fresh that morning drift. But it's not like the wilds back home. It's too civilized in a way I can't explain. It's certainly easy to navigate. An idea strikes me as I start wending my way back through the trees. It's a symbology that the working wanderers use when they're in distress. Any of us who live along the trade and travel routes know it in case we see it. I find a couple of choice trees, ones that face the clearing, and carve the symbol that means I'm lost and in need of guidance. I add a little drawing of the house for good measure, to give an indicator of where I'm intending to spend my time until this is sorted. As I approach the clearing with the house, I pause as I hear voices. It's the older of the young humans.
On, Chi-Chi.
They're out with the small pet animal again, coaxing it to do what it needs to do. They're not very fond of the cold either, it seems. Its big, bulbous head and tiny body shivering in the thin layer of snow. Snow. I'm a little concerned they may see me if I climb up into the tree, so instead I stay back, ducking my body behind a felled trunk at the top of a small drainage divot. Over it, I can hear them hum, and the humming turns into a proper song in that language that I actually mostly understand.
Oh, oops, sorry. Forgot I had a name, and it was a young girl. Like the flower with so much love that you gave it to me, withered. I'm leaving today. I know to lose. But how it hurts me. How it hurts me.
Beautiful. They've really got a very lovely voice. Even I can hear that, and our vocal cords are built completely differently.
He waves every time. That's so cute.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh.
For those of you just coming in now, we're playing The Center of the Universe, created by Ash. This is We Play Visual Novels, where we play visual novels and talk about how awesome they are. So if we have time, I urge you guys to stick around because Hayden has asked if we can pick Ash's brain about game dev stuff, and we'll keep some of it on stream so that you guys can learn stuff too.
Because
You
this
would
was
like.
made by one person an entire month.
In an entire
As
yeah.
part of the game jam, so it's
Which
awesome.
Hayden does all the time. So I
Hayden
don't know
does.
why.
Hayden does
We're
do it
trying
all
to,
the time
like-
as well. True.
Like, shut up, Hayden. I love you, but shush, 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 because you do it too. It's fine.
Yeah,
trying-
that's
I
not
would
easy.
never be able to
I'm
solo
trying
dev
to-
in a month. That's
I love you,
that's
Hayden.
too much.
All right, this is Hayden. I don't remember when I actually changed the name from Tiny Human to her actual name. I don't remember.
Alright,
Okay.
Hayden, it's all
Oh,
you.
sorry, I said hello.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A tiny human appears beside me, maybe a meter away, setting down the mix of snow and mud and leaf mush. Their hands flap quickly, signing in time with the words coming out of their mouth that I can't understand. It's all too fast.
Slower.
What's your name?
Their hands arc through the air with exaggerated gestures, like I was beginning to suspect it's not the exact same language, but it's eerily close.
My name is Lake.
No, it's not. It's Gara.
You
I
liar.
honestly have no idea how to convey my actual name to them without diving into the complexities of name signs. Lake is close-ish.
Ish.
They're confused for a moment, but let it go with a shrug.
Yes,
My
yes,
God.
you are.
I love her. I will protect her with my life.
I can match the sound of their name with the name sign for it.
It's nice to meet you. Where am I?
Tanned Mountain.
I only catch half of that.
What world is this?
Planet.
Its name.
And they make a sign that I've never seen and doesn't follow the pattern I would expect, and that confirms what I already suspected. When that damnable storm pulled me through whatever it did, it dropped me right on the one world that doesn't know the other ones exist. Oh dear.
Oh, Precious. Get away from there. You're going to hurt yourself.
You did a great job.
I am like hyper focused.
I'm so proud of you. Stomping boots through the wet and muck come from over the ridge. Ahead of the young human, Zoshi, I think, the little pet comes chirping and barking. It comes right at me, losing itself in the drifts of snow. So pick up the animal and set it away or back away from it.
Oh.
I could. I'm not going to tell you how to get to the various endings.
A little pet.
What would a giant bat monster do?
I feel like it'd be so cute.
I think what's important to note, I will give you this hint. It's not so much what the bat monster would do, but think about how someone else would perceive what the bat monster is doing.
Yeah, I feel like touching the
Oh.
dog is a bad idea. Because, like,
Okay.
probably we have claws, and, like, picking
it
the
could-
animal mutt up it looks exactly the same as attacking something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True. Okay, we can back away. Sorry.
We can back away, yeah.
Sorry. Back away from
Also,
it.
I just want to say I really like the use of texture on the trees in the background. That's a really nice touch.
So the trunk of the tree is a fucking Clip Studio paintbrush.
Ah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
No,
Oh,
because
looks
like
good.
no, right? Good call. Like I saw it. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the bark. I was like, oh god, I got to come up with a shortcut for this. I'm not sure what to do. And I found it, and I was like, yes,
Work smarter, not harder.
that's what I want.
Oh yeah.
Now the other stuff, like the leaves and that kind of stuff, that's all like me. But the bark is not. That's me finding a good texture and being like, yep.
But it's a really nice way to sort of utilize time and it's, like,
Exact-
very artistic and
And like I can tell you what I did. Like what? So the CSP brush. So what I did is I painted. I guess painted straight lines of the CSP with the Clip Studio brush. But then I used vector, and then I adjusted the width of the line up and down, up and down, up and down to be able to get the splay of the bottom of the trunks into the snow more effectively.
oh, I thought
That's
you
a
might have
trick.
just put the like another layer on top and just used a airbrush or something.
No.
That's
This is
also
a
fun.
straight up CSP brush. That's my trick. That's my trick for going faster when you need to. Like,
Okay.
that's a trick. So that's a shortcut. That's one for you guys. Work smarter, not harder. If you can find a shortcut, there is no shame in shortcutting.
This save screen, by the way, side note, super cute.
I
I
don't
was
even
like to
remember what it
save
looks
the
like.
game, but it has like the little like tree branch when I go over the box.
I thought that was
Yeah.
cute too. I liked it. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do there because I always struggle with that. I thought that'd be a good touch. Anyway. Okay, it's back away from it. Cool. Sorry.
Yes.
I back away from it up toward the fallen log. I wrap one wing around me, blocking it from getting any closer. I don't think it's actually going to hurt me, but I don't want to accidentally hurt it. One of my hands alone might be big enough to accidentally crush it.
Oy.
Would we have accidentally killed the dog in the other?
No. You're fine.
I'm killing dogs allowed on my stream.
But
What?
Zoshi wouldn't have known that.
Oh no, that would be so sad. Not on my stream, please.
All right.
What the fuck?
You got that one. Zoshi appears around the edge of the divot, stunned into silence.
My mom's friend that I talked about.
I love her.
Zoshi takes a step back but doesn't run. The small animal is still barking at me. After a moment of pause, they step forward quickly, hook their fingertips under the collar around its neck, and pull it back to the top of the hillock, all the while staring at me, refusing to break eye contact. I test out a bit of sign.
Hello.
Zoshi hesitates, then signs back.
Hello.
I'm friend.
You are.
Okay.
Oh.
And it seems like the words aren't coming quite so freely as they did with Precious. I suppose that's to be expected.
Precious. What? Oh my god. We need to go inside. You can talk to your friend later.
Ooh.
Yay!
Okay. Okay.
Oike.
Bye, Lake.
Goodbye.
So she grabs Precious's hand, pulls them to their feet, and drags them over the hillock back toward the house. They disappear inside. At night, the cold becomes colder. The kind that reaches through your skin and into your bones and out again the other side. It's midnight, maybe, several hours after sunset for sure, and I can't take it anymore. I will die out here. I'm not made for this ubiquitous and penetrating kind of cold. There aren't any lights on in the cabin, but I've scuttled my way around the outside a few times. There's a window in the very top of the house that opens an open room. I only saw Precious up there at that one time. I don't think it's a room they use. I hope it's not a room they use, because I'm about to. Tree to tree to get into position. Two big flaps my wings gives me enough of a glide to float onto the side of the house and secure my numb hands up under the eaves. Not exactly like climbing a cliff face, but close enough for muscle memory to kick in. I hang off a little, swing out a little, claw my fingers between the frame and the window a little. It pries open fairly easily. I'm pretty certain I break it, honestly, and it hinges open away from me. Silently, I slip inside, keeping my steps as gentle as possible across what I find to be a wood floor. I close the window shut behind me and it latches closed. The room is large, half of the whole breadth of the house, it seems. In the corner is a narrow door. I don't see any other way down into the rest of the house, so the stairs must be behind it. It's still cold even here, but it's tolerable, lacking that hard edge. On a shelf against the wall, I even find a wool blanket. Wrapping it around me and folding into the tent on my wings, I can find a worm and a pocket of air to get comfortable. I fall asleep on the hard wooden floor.
Is he okay?
Oh.
I feel a tiny hand on my back just as I'm processing there are voices up here with me. There's just enough wherewithal in me not to jump in surprise. Instead, I uncurl my wings slowly, letting the blanket crumple to the floor. I peek out from under the edge of them to see both young humans bent low, trying to get a better look at me.
Hey, how did flat right hand pressing to the flat left hand here?
Oh my god.
I point to the window instead of trying to sign it. My hands still feel like they're made of ice. I manage to unwrap myself the rest of the way, though, slowly moving into a sitting position.
Much cold. Death.
The edges of Zoshi's eyebrows turn inward in sympathy. They both move to the floor to sit with me, Precious sliding closer, right into my wingspan. They point to the inside of one and raise their eyebrow in question. I nod. The tips of their fingers run along the inside skin of one of my wings, eyes growing wide as they brush over the tiny hair-like spines.
You fly?
Little, glide, used to climb, be cool.
This is the first time I've ever been in the position where I need to explain blood vessel dilation with the vocabulary of a child, and it's simply not going to happen. Seems the little one's already moved on completely from the wings, and their hands are moving quickly. It's too fast.
Slow.
They flap their hands in agitation, then overemphasize their signs, just like they did the day before.
Here?
Yes,
I was born deaf, but now I have this, so I hear a little.
And they turn their heads slightly to reveal a little electronic device behind their ear.
Parent? Guardian? Is two. So you, two fists with untucked thumbs, point in, then sweep outward. Talk to them, though they can talk too.
I love
And that's
it.
where Zoshi grabs Precious's hands and shakes their head violently. Zoshi's hands fumble through the signs.
No, don't tell parents. They will.
And it's not so much a sign they make, but a random explosion of emotion popping off their head. I understand. It's probably terribly unwise to not consult an actual adult, but at least I understand their concern for my well-being. A sound from downstairs, a voice calling them.
Oh, we're coming. Just looking out the window.
Zoshi shakes their head. They shakes their head.
Stay here. Don't let them see you. Your animations are pretty on point.
They're not. Yeah, I wish I had more time to do more, but it's just so difficult. Like trying to find the way to like get the ASL down to just like 2 or 3 frames
Yeah.
is very hard. And I debated. I went back and forth between using BASL and ASL. And I decided on ASL in the end because I was a little more familiar with it. But I don't know. It didn't really come up. Like the differences haven't come up yet, so it's whatever. Zoshi motions that Precious should follow them, and they disappear through the door I had rightfully assumed led downstairs. I find it's fairly easy to sneak in and out of the window unseen. Oh, fuck. Over the course of the day. The family doesn't seem particularly keen on sticking around. They're simply gone until late afternoon. In the meantime, I learn a few things. The nearest town is less than an hour hike through the woods away, so that's nice. I don't know what to do with the knowledge that there's a town there, but it's something. The mountains are a little closer than they seemed at first, but after getting back from skulking around the edge of the town, I don't think I have it in me to make them. I don't even know if they're a place I want to be right now. I'm just not used to being down in the valley, and it's throwing me off. Returning to my secret room, though, I find a sandwich waiting for me. This is when I learned that whatever they make their meat out of is delicious, and that I really need to be paying a little more attention to how I'm going to eat long term. There are still just too many unknown variables. Too many terrible unknowns. Wow, I did a completely different line there. The night continues to break cold around me, but in the room with even more blankets I could scrounge up, it's marginally comfortable. In the middle of the night, I drop out of my usual half-sleep to the sound of the door opening. For an instant, I panic, looking for a place to scuttle my comparatively huge body into the darkness. It's only a tiny body, though, backlit with dim light from below. Precious sits next to me for a while, leaning against the outside shell of my wings. When she shivers, I open one slightly and she crawls inside. So unafraid, so willing to accept the otherness of me. But maybe they think I'm a child too and see themselves reflected in me. Maybe in this world I am a little. In another hour, the door opens again, but I don't jump this time. They find their sibling under the edge of my wing, then sink down to the floor in defeat. I feel them touch their body against mine too, but they're lighter, not shifting their weight into me. A sigh shudders down through their body, and they force an edge of my blanket away to tuck around them. The night feels a little warmer.
Oh my
Even with the
God.
blanket
I love
stealer.
this so very much.
By the morning, I'm alone again, and the house is deathly silent. That makes the voices outside even louder. Ducking low, I move to the window, peeking up over the bottom edge. 4 new humans. They have equipment with them, but I couldn't begin to fathom the use of any of it. Tiny boxes they keep putting up to their eyes and looking through. Oh, wait. Cameras? Are those cameras? They make them so small here. I only realize what they are when I see one of the humans use a tripod with it. How utterly bizarre. I can't make out a damn thing they're saying, even if I could understand the language. They disappear into the forest.
Looking for Bigfoot or the Mothman, I guess.
The Mothman.
I managed to last being alone with just for my thoughts for only a couple of hours more before I simply can't stand it. I could go out again into the woods, but it's still so chilly outside. It feels like an afternoon excursion. Going into town is pointless. I can't do anything. Wow, who would have thought boredom would be the ultimate danger when stuck on another world with no idea how to get home? So she was very adamant I stay up here, and they're probably right, but I don't think anyone's home. I could go explore the rest of the house.
Oh no.
Y'all
no.
sound like, oh no, it's very funny.
The image of Gara just being at the fridge and someone just coming in is crossing my mind.
Just like, what is this?
Like,
That's hilarious.
2%?
I feel like we should explore. But
I feel like this could go either way.
yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
it. It's like I also vote
'Cause
to explore because I feel like we're not going to learn anything staying here.
Yeah, plus everyone's sort of like gone out to the forest, so it should be safe to explore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We can go check out what kind of milk they got.
Yeah, 2% whole almond.
What the fuck's an almond?
Soy.
Again, chat, if you guys have any questions throughout any of this, please let us know.
Yeah. Alright, so y'all want to explore?
Yeah, I think we're all
Yeah.
voting.
Explore. Okay. I'll just need to be quick and stay on my toes. Slowly, opening the door just a crack, I step down onto the first step. Down the steep stairs, I come to the first landing, the second story. In front of me is a small hallway leading into multiple different rooms. To the right, stairs going down to the rest of the house. Then a door opens.
Oh no.
I panic and make to dart the stairs back up. Then I pause. It's just Zoshi.
She's pissed. Bro. You stay up.
Thought alone. Hungry. Milk.
They lift their arms in frustration, but then step away from the door, heading for the stairs.
Want food?
I nod.
Milk, please.
2%.
They lead me down the steps, and I find myself in that bedazzled living space from days before. It's not as bright in the daytime, but equally crowded. Zoshi points that I should take a spot on the floor, and I do. They move into another space around a sharp corner, a kitchen. After some banging of pots in a pan and water running and strange beeping sounds, they return and hand me a cup made of some squishy material and a metal spoon. Inside the cup are noodles with broth. It smells wonderful, and I start to dig in immediately. They join me on the floor.
Will you speak? Someone over. One, I don't know.
It's wish you spoke something other than sign.
Oh yeah. I knew that. I was testing you, Ash.
Oh, thanks. I raise my eyebrows in question. They roll their eyes, put their cup on the floor, and flail their hands.
I'm bad at sign. Wish you spoke left hand curled over flat right hand.
I no speak, but understand you sing?
They stare at me for a moment, trying to figure out what I'm saying.
You sing about flower. I understand.
Question.
Their eyes go wide.
You understand? Is this Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
Espanol?
I shrug. Sure, that's what the language is called here.
Definitely. So you can't speak English, but you can sign and understand Spanish?
No speak, but yes.
Yeah, I get the not speaking part. Seriously, though? That's wild. You have no idea. Why can't you speak it, though? Are you, mute?
Body made different.
To demonstrate, I level a few sentences at them in my native tongue. Their wide-eyed staring continues, but breaks into a laugh after a long moment.
Sounds like a
Oso.
Oso and a Kaimon
Kamyon.
had a baby.
That's Baron Truck. Sorry, as well as I realized how complicated I made this read out loud. Wow. They pick up their soup again.
I have questions, but I guess I have to stick to yes or no, huh? Just to make it easier.
I nod. To think for a moment.
Precious said you're in...
Extraterrestre.
Yeah, from another planet.
I nod. I suppose that's technically right.
Where's your...
Astronave.
Yeah, astronaut.
I'll do the Spanish for you.
Perfect.
Visible confusion.
Like a skyboat? It goes through the stars?
Shake my head no. This one is going to be difficult to sign. Universal sign doesn't assume you have to explain gates to anyone, so it's not built in.
Door open. Walk through.
Like a worm's hole?
They ask as if I have any idea what that is.
Path between worlds.
They nod. That all seems to make sense, I guess.
Sorry. And how does that work exactly?
They've already forgotten their yes or no approach. Luckily, the answer is really rather simple. I don't actually know. Not a lot of people do. All I know is the one key ingredient.
Magic.
They roll their eyes at me and I just stare forward.
Oh shit, you're serious?
I nod.
You can just open doors between planets with magic.
People in charge can. Me accident. Storm magic.
It's actually a special type of sign for the special type of storm that rips gates open in midair, but I know they won't know that one. The individual words seem to get the meaning across, though.
How do you get back home then?
I shrug.
Sorry, well, we're only here for another few days. School's starting. They rent this place out in the spring again, but I think it's mostly empty until then, maybe the occasional weekend. You can probably stay here for a while without anyone knowing, if you're careful.
Thank you. Got milk?
Don't thank me, thank my grandpa. It's his house.
And his
Only
milk.
don't, because then he'll know you're here.
They pause and tilt their head in consideration.
Or do. Give him a heart attack. Might be funny.
I crinkle my nose at them, and they do it back after a moment.
You're right, that's mean. He's just difficult. I don't think he likes me.
Family.
He's my stepdad's dad, and I'm the kid from the previous relationship. It's weird. It's never not going to be weird. Like...
Their head flicks as they decide whether they want to gear up for whatever this is about to be.
I'm here and they're not. They wanted to go to some artist market, and I was like, okay, but can we not be there all day? And Dave was like, if you're going to have a bad attitude, then just stay. And I'm like, that's not what I even said. And Mom just agreed with him because he's the closest thing to a dad you've ever had. You need to respect him. And it was just this whole thing.
Oh my god, Mom said that? Tell me
I know,
more.
right? What a bitch! Either I wasn't around when this conversation took place, or possibly it all been in sign. Precious said her father was deaf too, right? But he also spoke a little. What about her grandparents, though? I suddenly realized I don't know. Maybe it wasn't luck or my careful footfalls that kept me from being discovered so far. Maybe no one can actually hear me.
And so they didn't even see if I was awake before they left this morning. They just went. And when I text messaged Mom, she was just like, well, you said you didn't want to come. Like, that's really fucked up, right?
Yeah, a lot, actually.
But even the monster's like, that's fucked up. It's like pretty fucked up. Right? Thank you.
They heave a deep sigh.
Don't know why I'm telling you all this. Guess because you can't talk back and interrupt.
I'm a good listener.
That what those big ears are for?
What are you talking
It's
about?
It's halfway between a joke and an actual question.
I wish.
They smile. There's a knock on the front door of the cabin. We pause, waiting to see if anything else happens. Another knock. Excuse me, I'm a game warden. It's extremely urgent I speak to you. Zoshi drops her voice to a whisper, though I'm certain whoever it is can't actually hear us.
Let me just answer. If I don't, they'll come back.
I nod at them. I zip toward the stairs, climbing to the top and perching just around the corner. Zoshi waits for me to be out of the sight before going to... Oh, I'm noticing typos. I listen to them crack it open and head into a hesitant conversation with the person on the other side. A little edge of fear popped in Zoshi's voice. Trying to stay as small and close to the ground as possible, I slide just far enough forward to see the front room again. The door is half open, and just past Zoshi, I see someone in what's very clearly some kind of uniform. Tan long-sleeve shirt, blue pants, an air of authority, a glint of metal on their chest catching the sun. The conversation pauses slightly. For half an instant, it almost seems like the person on the other side of the door has seen me through the wall. Damn. Maybe they did. If they did, they don't react to it. I pull back behind the wall and let Zoshi chase him away. The door closes with some urgency and they lean against it with a sigh. They approach the bottom of the stairs and look up at me.
Game warden said there was a particularly active bear in the area and to be careful.
I'll remember that.
Zoshi smiles and starts moving up the stairs.
I need a shower. Don't eat anyone while I'm gone.
No promises.
I bite my tongue as they disappear into their room again. That person very well may have been some kind of game warden or sheriff or person of authority. They may have even actually been here about a bear. But they weren't human. I could smell it on them, that tangy scent of magic that sits along the skin. And they know I'm here. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing quite yet.
Dun dun dun.
Fearing the vague threat of discovery by someone who I still know nothing about, I wait another day to leave the house again, and only under the cover of the long night. The paths I'd already found between the trees are strange in the dark, but the markings I made are still there, giving me a reference point. The blood in the snow is new, though. A dark red pool of congealed gore black against the old drift. There are no remains, though, just a cacophony of smudged prints in the snow around it. Whatever did this hauled it away cleanly, no drag marks. Maybe a tree? I back up a little, scanning the branches for anything out of place or agitated. No animal corpses, no bones. The first time I'm a little nervous in these woods. Obviously there are predators. There always were, but I was confident in my ability to handle whatever it might have been. This causes a little hesitancy. It reminds me that I don't actually know anything about the animals of this world. It's possible they could very easily tear me to shreds. Wouldn't that be a bitch? To die to something without anyone back home actually knowing what happened to me. Go back or keep going?
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
So few choices, yet so
Yeah.
apparently
Yeah.
more heavy than I thought they were, because y'all are like
Right?
sweating them.
Yeah, I feel like I want to go back because for some reason I just have it in my head that whatever like this blood is connected to like the game warden, who probably might have, I don't know, maybe killed the actual game warden and like hiding.
I went dark fast.
The
Shit,
game
like,
warden
okay.
is the bear.
Good to know. Good to know where Heinz brain is at.
That's how you guys. I don't know.
I'd say go back also.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
go back.
Go back. I stare for a moment at the scene before me. Nope. I don't need to be out here right now at this exact moment. I can come back out in the morning when things are a little less dangerous feeling.
He's like, not my business.
I get back through the trees toward the house.
And we survived another night.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Okay. It's early evening the next day when Zoshi and Precious join me in my room, bearing a ring of bread.
King cake for 3 Kings Day. Old ladies at church this morning had extra and made us take it.
We had one already. Dad got the baby.
Dad got the baby.
Switching between the two languages is a bit weird, and I think I must have missed something. I'm not sure I totally understand all the words. The bread is delicious, though. A little sweet with nuts and dried fruits.
You took lights down?
When I was sure they were all actually gone this morning, I peeked downstairs. Tree, lights, sparkles, and pops all gone.
Did you think we had that stuff up all the time?
I shrug.
No, it's just for the holidays.
I nod in appreciation. I get it. We had our own winter solstice celebration just a couple weeks ago.
About the A fist, then a V shape. People. Is that the police?
No, you'll see.
see. That's kind of ominous.
Okay, you're about literally in the next line. You're about to find out.
Oh. I knew that. Right. I know that you go out and stuff, but I'd be careful. There's some people making a
TV something. TV show?
Oh, good. TV
Oh.
show about like looking for Bigfoot or something like that. We thought that was a meme. They came by to tell us yesterday.
Bigfoot?
It's a monster. Lives in the woods.
I start a little at that, remembering the scene of death in the snow.
It's not real though. They're not going to find anything. They'll just run through the woods at night pretending to be scared. You just probably don't want to get caught on video, so be careful.
What's that word?
Which video?
Yeah.
It's like a moving picture.
From their back pocket, they pull out a little bright rectangle and fiddle with it. They hold it at arm's length, making some faces, then turn it around to show me. There, as though she is on the rectangle, a replica playing back. Huh, neat. And on appreciation.
Wow, I thought I'd get a bigger reaction showing a creature from another planet a video for the first time. You aren't wowed by our super cool advanced technology?
Magic space door.
Alright, fair. You've probably seen more cool shit in a day than I have in a lifetime.
I roll my eyes and take another bite of my portion of bread in response. Something hard, but with a little give, hits my teeth. Into my hand, I gently spit a tiny baby sculpture.
Oh?
Baby! Now you have to make the two hands an okay shape touching each other.
Oh, alright. Maybe I didn't understand as much as I thought. Alright, do I need to explain do I need to explain Three Kings Day to y'all? Is that what's gonna happen?
I come from a Hispanic background, so
Thank you, Caramel.
I know what it is. My
Thank you,
family
Caramel.
celebrated it a few weeks ago.
It's
My-
exactly. It's
Mhm.
January 6th. Mm-mm-mm.
So
I
what
can't believe
does two rings touching each other mean?
Tamale. That's tamale. That's ASL for tamale.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I debated on that one because I was like, I have no idea. I figure if you knew what was gonna happen, then you would know it's tamale. I don't know. I struggle with that one considerably. If
Well,
you
I
get the
learned
baby,
something.
if you get the baby in the king's cake, then you have to make the tamales. That's just how it works.
Yep.
Oh.
Duh.
That's how it is.
I knew that. Duh, guys. Duh. I totally knew about Three Kings Day. They're clowning me on my own stream. So bad, man.
This is what happens when you grow up in South Central Texas. You just randomly know this shit.
Do I have to explain Three Kings Day to you guys? Caramel is like, no, I'm Hispanic. I know, and I shrink back like, I know too, totally.
Yeah, That's where the 2% milk comes from, right?
I totally know. Okay,
No,
everyone.
I actually picked it on purpose. Like I specifically picked Three Kings Day on purpose because like I know like 50% of people would get it and like other half wouldn't, and it'd be hysterical.
Yeah, me and Caramel. Everyone in chat right now who've just joined us, we're playing The Center of the Universe by Ash, who is literally in the party right now. So if at any point during the visual novel you have questions, feel free to ask. Ash knows answers to just about anything. To be honest, I literally will be in Ash's DMs like every day. Like, hi Ash, so what do you think about this? So if you have any questions, Ash is happy to answer, and me and Hayden make games and Caramel voices as well. So we have a group of interesting people who can answer questions today. Also, I said I was only gonna do it once, but I'm gonna do it again. My Kickstarter for Battle Royale for Your Heart is live right now currently. I will like to stress that without full funding, I cannot make this game. So if you like the demo and you would like to see the full version, please donate, because otherwise I do not have the money to make the full game on my own, unfortunately. So if you would like to donate, please do, and you can play the extended demo right now as well. And then that's it. Let's get back to the game.
Okay.
Is this really what you do all day? Just walk through the woods? Oh, thank you, Dark and Hayden. I appreciate it. Okay. Is this really what you do all day? Just walk through the woods?
They're going home tomorrow to some bigger city south of here. As a farewell, they begged me to take them on a stroll through the woods. Apparently, this is the first time they've been permitted to do so. I get the feeling Zoshi might have had to pull a few white lies and a bit of gentle manipulation to get the go-ahead, but whatever. Never said I was a good influence.
Do you feel anything?
What do you mean?
There's magic here.
Ooh.
I had felt it early this morning, a gentle something reaching out from somewhere in the mountains with crooked fingers. It tugged and pulled and pricked at my skin. I don't entirely know what it means, but it's the first I felt of it since I got here. Zoshi looks around as though they should be able to sense it. Their face falls a little that they can't, but they hide it from me. Voices pop somewhere in the distance. Without hesitation, I clamber up the nearest tree, hiding as much of my body as possible in the evergreen branches.
It's those stupid Bigfoot people. Don't let them see you.
I
Deep
move my body to
fetishists.
see out through the tree a little better. There they are, the same group I've been seeing slogging around their video equipment. One of them seems to be performing or something. They move backward through the trees, followed by the rest of the group. I can't understand a word still, but their body language is dramatic and big. They're definitely making a show of this place being more dangerous than it actually is. At night, maybe they can make a case, but it's the middle of the day. I notice the siblings, and a tiny row picks up between them. It seems the camera people are very insistent the kids go home, while the kids are pretty sure they're wasting their time. That's what I gather, at least. The sounds of the conversation start to fade, though, as something new picks up in the breeze. Something I recognize. Something I recognize on a world where I shouldn't. I look out through the trees, trying to catch something moving in the branches. Now, it's entirely possible there is an animal on this planet that has the exact same smell as the only other predator I've ever actively feared in my
no.
life.
Oh no.
If it has some evolutionary advantage, why not emerge in multiple species that serve the same ecological niche, right? Though, statistically, it just seems a tad more likely that I'm not the only thing that came through that gate.
Tell me, actually a bear.
My answer comes a little quicker than I had hoped. A hissing screech cracks through the
Oh,
trees.
Alien bear?
XO.
Zoe.
Zo. Zo
I
no.
shout- I shout down from the tree in the closest actual approximation of their name that I can manage. It's enough, and they look up at me in panic. The camera people hear me too and look around wildly while still trying to track the shriek.
Go home.
What's happening? I'm not leaving you out here.
That's admirable, but
Go.
that seems to get the point across, and they scoop Precious up in their arms. They both run, pumping back toward the house. Another angry call closing in. The camera people are in a panic, swinging their equipment around, I presume trying to catch whatever it is on film. The one presenting for the camera is the first one to find out why leaving would have been the smarter option. From a nearby tree, 2 meters and 90 kilograms of dense muscle come crashing down, front cross-shaped talons sinking deep into their shoulder. They both topple awkwardly to the ground. A tank carry an Akakit. Fuck. At least it's not one of the big ones.
Question mark?
Oh my gosh.
It presses down on the camera person, the fluffy pinions of their wings bristling up in alarm. Their square snout pulls back to flash their sharp white teeth, and their back talons paw at the ground. It seems like maybe they're more afraid than anything. Guarding a kill or offspring, both are possible. The other camera people are shouting, swinging their heavy equipment at it, not getting close enough to make contact. The large camera, though, is still pointed at the ferocious encounter unfolding in front of them. The one on the ground is screaming, their arms up in front of their face. The Akakit isn't actually attacking, though. Yes, the initial pounce was dramatic, and the camera person is absolutely going to need stitches and antibiotics, but it's already backing off a little toward the underbrush. Its hackles raise, its wings flap out and shudder. A deep hiss rattles in its chest. It's looking for a way out and trying to be as big as possible in the process. It's in over its head. The victim seems to be doing a little better, the shock wearing off. They sit up. They're bleeding pretty badly, but they'll live if these people just get out of here. They're not, though. They're shouting at the Akakit. The one with the big, I presume, camera has never stopped filming. One of the other two has found a big stick and is waving it helplessly in front of them. The fourth is pulling out a gun.
Oh.
The fourth is pulling out a gun?
A gun.
That's something I recognize. A long barrel hunting rifle. I've used one myself, even if not as fancy looking as this one is, to scare off this exact same kind of creature. I just somehow didn't see it slung over their shoulder, too focused on the recording equipment in the Akakit. They lift the gun, resting it awkwardly on their shoulder like they barely used the thing. This is ridiculous.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Ash, please.
Oh no. No.
Stop it. I want to stop the shot.
Stop the
Stop the
shot.
shot.
Let's make this as dramatic as possible.
Yeah.
Wings wide.
Stop the shot. All right. I feel like I'm barely thinking at this point, acting on half instinct. I drop down from the tree, landing myself just behind the gun wielder. They don't see me quickly enough, and their reaction is slower than mine. From behind, I grab the rifle, lifting it up so it's not aimed at anyone or anything before I yank it from their hands. It lands in the snow somewhere behind me. I know they're all watching me now, that the camera has been swung around to me. I can feel their gazes locked in. But it's all a bit of a blur, a cloudiness in my periphery. I'm more focused on the Akakit, on getting it away so that no one else gets hurt, including it. I stand in front of it, blocking it from the humans. It's still low to the ground, wings stretching and flicking, growls getting higher pitched and more urgent. Like I thought. They're guarding something. They're not going to leave. I turn back toward the camera people, wings spreading and reaching outward, creating a divider between the two. The injured camera person is finally getting their bearings about them and starts getting to their knees. I offer my hand out. After a moment of hesitation, they take it and let me help them to their feet. I can feel the Akakit behind me starting to back up even further, their growl fading into something tight and ready to rear up again, but most likely settle down. I shoo the humans away, motioning them back toward a clearing just behind them in the woods. It doesn't surprise me they're still filming, their camera thing trained on me. They follow my silent orders though, even if it's probably out of fear. Only a handful of steps away, and already I can hear the Akakit has faded back into the forest. We're far enough away from whatever it was that our presence was a threat to that they feel safe enough to retreat. The injured human is still close enough to be within arm's reach. I pull them back slightly. I've got a decently clean kerchief tucked into my vest, so she was kind enough to wash my clothes for me. I retrieve it and press it to the claw wound on their shoulder, still smoldering a little with blood. Pressure to stop the bleeding. The camera people start trying to talk to me all at once, asking me questions from what I can tell. I try to sign to get some kind of word in edgewise, but it's too much. I can't understand anything they're saying, and all their voices fold over each other in a mishmash of noise. I can't do this. I shake my head. I dart back into the trees, fast, running. I think I hear one of them start chasing me, but they give up quickly. Still, I cling to a tree, scrambling up it, hiding. I wait. After a while, it's clear they haven't followed me. It's silent in the trails below me. I stay in the trees a little longer with some difficulty as I manage to circle back to the house. Zoshi and Precious are waiting for me, sitting in the yard with their mother's pet.
Oh my god, everyone's yelling for now.
I'm so
Hello,
sorry.
T. Welcome to the stream. It's been a hot minute, sir. Okay. Are you alright?
I'm fine. You two?
Worried.
We haven't seen the Bigfoot people, but they're going to try to come talk to us and film us. I know it. Oh, but they can't without parent permission. Maybe that'll work.
Zoshi's mind is moving 1,000,000 kilometers a minute, thinking about how to keep me safe. I appreciate that. I place my hands on their shoulders.
It's okay. Shush. They caught me.
Fuck, are you serious? Fuck!
Inside.
I gesture to the cabin. I meet them in the attic. In the short time we were parted, all the pieces of the past handful of days started slotting together. A plan of action formed.
Okay. Are
I'm-
you sure
I'm
you're
glad
okay?
you have a girlfriend now. I'm proud of you, Big Beanie.
Yeah, he's like...
Ooh.
I haven't heard from him in a long time. He's out in Australia doing thing.
Mm.
Guess he's got a girlfriend now. Alright, are you sure you're okay?
They burst into the room. I stop them from raising more of a fuss, make them sit with me on the ground. Precious comes up behind quickly, too, and joins us on the floor after shutting the door.
I'm in picture. People in charge will learn.
From what Zoshi explained to me, this was the primary concern with being caught by their cameras. How the information will spread.
This good. Make contact.
Turned 20 in December. Oh, he's a little baby. Sorry, God. If you're under 25 to me,
I
you're a baby.
told you
I'm
he's
so
a baby.
sorry. I'm
Little
so
Abby.
sorry. Everyone under like 25 is a baby to me. I'm so sorry, everyone.
baby.
True, you're all
time.
babies.
This beanie isn't that big, huh?
True. Dog cam? Oh, my dog.
That just happens. That just happens at some point. At some point, like you reach an age where you're just like, oh God, everyone's a child. And you're like, oh God, I'm old. When did that happen? Shit.
You like that sometimes.
I
There's
turned
no-
29 in like 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I turn 32 in a couple months.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm
God.
giving you high fives and a high five.
Shh. I just see. I'm at that point where I have to think about how old I'm gonna be. I'm like, what year is it? Okay,
on
that's how old
fingers.
I am. Fuck.
Oh my
Okay.
god. One sec.
There's no way I can properly explain what I mean with the words I have, but they seem to grasp it. What do we need for Anna? Does she need to come back?
There's just lots of background noise.
Oh no.
Are you sure? What if someone tries to hunt you?
Beanie, I will come after you. I will come to your house.
They all call me
I will
grandma.
break your kneecaps.
They all call me grandma. Like
I will not break your kneecaps. I would never do that to you.
I'm the grandma, and I'm 25.
I'll make your dog like me more than it likes you.
Oh shit, that's fucked. Oh my god. Not the dog.
If you don't have a dog, I'll get you a dog.
Make it
And
Make the
all
dog
steal
like
it.
you.
and then
Steal
like
it.
you
Kidding.
more.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just gonna get a Yiddish insults. Is what I'm gonna do. Cool. Anna, did you say the line? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I did.
Okay.
Not worried. I'll stay here. Protect dog.
Protect dog.
Zoshi had said the house would be empty for a while after all. The kids sit there, hands folded, even Precious, who needs them to speak.
Why sad?
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People on this world are just awful. We don't want you to get hurt.
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
I open my arms a little and lift my eyebrows in question. Precious runs into me, their small arms circling me. I hug them back. Seems like I'm going to miss them too. Maybe a little
Aw.
more than I originally thought.
One moment.
I push Precious away from me gently. I remember finding a pair of scissors up here and grabbed them from a shelf above us. I pull around some chunks of my mane, 2 snips, a quick bundling, then I hold out the locks to the kids.
A gift. For memory. A thing my people do.
Aw.
Another thing I can't totally explain with just hand motions and non-specific grunts. It's culture and history and tradition, and at its core, love. All things that are now in their small little hands.
Thank you. It's cool.
And she doesn't quite understand, but maybe that's okay. So she does, though, and their hand closes around it slowly. We sit softly with each other, processing all that's happened today, how tomorrow morning they'll be gone. Is this what old people do these days and read books together? Hey, I made this book, so
My friend calls them
old
picture books.
old people make your video games. Just putting that out there. Old people are in your anime. I'm joking. I'm not. I'm reading.
Also-
Anime.
I'm the one out
Right.
there.
But
I'm also, us old people are also the ones out there like diagnosing cancer and helping like treat it. So,
yeah, those are slightly more important.
Whoa.
no, because that's what I do. That's like my day job.
Yeah, I know.
so.
I was about to say.
Oh, yeah.
You have like an
Damn.
actually important job. You have an
Imagine.
actually important job. I just go in a dark room and look at a screen and
No, but you
Scream.
bring us the anime of the world.
You
so,
bring
like,
us
you
the
know, happy.
anime.
So you do like the happy stuff, and then I do all the like, I'm sorry.
I mean, I like to read games with my friend.
Yeah. Also, literature is like dope. So like, you know.
literature's like dope, kids. It's totally rad.
Yeah.
Hey kid, want a book? I got a couple books for you.
Just open your trench coat. It's got Bronte.
Yeah.
No, my college days. LT comes back from like a fucking 7-month hiatus and he's like, fuck you, X-Blaze. Good to see you again, too.
We sit softly with each other, processing all that's happened today, how tomorrow morning they'll be gone. The clock downstairs that alerts on the hour chimes, and Zoshi pulls out her phone to check the time.
Shit. They're going to be
They're going-
back soon, and we're not done packing.
They turn to me.
We have to go back downstairs.
Yeah.
For Precious, it's easy. Another hug, and they're gone back through the door. Zoshi hesitates. With purpose, they move back to me, taking one of my hands in theirs. Takes both to hold it properly.
You're really just going to stay here this whole time?
I press their hands a little before pulling mine away to sign.
No other options.
So you'll be here, at least for a while.
Yes.
They step forward, sliding their arms around the bottom of my chest and pressing themselves against me. I pat my hands against their back, hoping they understand the words I can't quite find. Who'd have thought I was so damn sentimental over humans?
Aww.
I would come to care for one so deeply, so quickly. Zoshi sniffs and pulls back from me, taking my hand again.
I'm going to come back and see you again, okay? So you better wait for me. You got it?
I just smile and nod, knowing deep down I have less control over that than I think either of us would like.
I think so. She's a cryptid lover.
Oh?
Zoshi maybe not be a little bit monster fucker. Okay, they turn, walk across the room, and disappear through the door, closing it gently behind them.
She has a shirt that says I met Kara and he lives in my attic.
Okay.
The next morning, the family is gone for mere hours before the so-called game warden returns, searching for me. They were simply waiting for them to leave, it seems. Staying quickly stops being an option available to me. Negotiations to be granted a final goodbye met with aggressive denial. I told Zoshi I would wait for them, though. If I couldn't do that, there was at least one thing I could do. Under the pretense of retrieving something from upstairs, I pry back a floorboard in the attic. In the space between, I slip a piece of paper with rudimentary symbology. The collection of worlds, my world, my country. Hopefully they'll understand.
All contained in a bottle of 2% milk.
It's a box of ramen. Winters come and go, rising and falling over the years. Sometimes smashing the
Years?
mountainside with a snowy wrist. This year is lighter somehow. How many winters now? How many since I was bundled secretly off-world to walk through a gate on purpose? Since the rocky passage over the sea back home. I have been welcomed back eagerly with cheers, but those things quickly fade when your presence settles back into the old paths you used to trod. Being called to act as human liaison at the bottom of the mountain is a bit more adventure than I've been accustomed to lately. In the distance, coming toward me along the main highway, 2 humans are walking. As they approach, one picks up speed and stops short a small distance away.
Oh my god. All grown up. Our baby.
Hi, you want to keep reading for him?
They lift their hands to sign at me, and words.
I can read this part. I meant the hello.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
They lift their hands to sign at me, and words in other language I know that I don't know follow behind.
I need your help.
What can I do for you?
Do these mean anything to you?
Their hands unfold to reveal a lock of hair and a terrible, terrible map scribbled on a piece of children's activity book.
Where did these come from?
We've always had one of these, but we didn't know why.
Oh.
They curl their hand over the lock of hair.
Hi, heart.
My family owns a house, and the upper room always felt special, but we couldn't remember why. When grandfather died, I went to fix the house for new owners, and I found this.
They flash the paper.
I went looking, learned more, fell deeper. The universe got bigger, way bigger. We both realized there was a gap of time in our youth we couldn't account for. It was just gone.
And now it starts to make sense. The reason the world that doesn't know continues to fall into a blind spot despite touching others so frequently. The rumors were true. The distance was manufactured.
Years, but I've learned that someone from your village may have come to my world, my region, during that same time. I just want to talk to them, see if they know something I don't.
Oh.
I nod my head, rocking back and forth in the wet mud with the force of it.
And your sister that you speak of, is she well?
Yes, she wants answers too, but she has a family, so I'm getting it for both of us.
I nod again, and a little knot of sad bubbles up. But
Ah.
I'm happy she's happy. I wouldn't be
Not
any
crying
other
on
thing.
stream. What?
Well, I think I can help you just fine.
I hold out my hand to greet like the humans do.
I'm Lake.
Oh, this kind of.
And they pause, taking in the name, feeling it roll over something in the back of their brain.
Just
It's good to see you.
Ah.
No, you can't do this to me.
fucked up.
Ash, I actually literally teared up on stream, but okay.
Oh,
What the
never,
fuck?
never have I felt so hurt.
Oh my
Who knew
god.
words could hurt me?
Yeah, it's a family now.
This is fucking hysterical to me.
I was just like,
Let
yo,
them
they
see
cried.
us?
Oh, Mega Wolf.
How dare you make me feel love and take that away from me? Was,
I mean,
was
we
that
could
dog comment?
I mean, we
was that
could-
a was that dog comment a hint to what to come?
No?
You're gonna make me
I mean,
fall in love
do y'all
with
wanna,
this
like-
and then
do y'all
take
wanna,
it
like,
away
get
from
away?
me.
Do you want to skip through to get one of the not sad endings? Sad-ish
Honestly-
endings?
Honestly, I just played through the like let the cameraman die. I didn't even wait. I was just like, I need to fucking know, okay?
What happens if you let the cameraman die?
There's a lot of screaming for the same thing. Like,
Lots of
it
screaming.
doesn't make our lives happier.
Yeah, it's some of the like so the way the choices are kind of like weighed, it's all like it's all binary choices. There's no like there's no gauges. And so like some of the endings are really close to one another because of the way the binary choices play out, but then some are a little bit different than one another. Like basically, oh god, where's my notebook? Hold on.
Oh.
Here it is. Like it's like slightly different things happen if the game warden doesn't see you. Stuff happens a little differently, but then if you get caught on camera, it changes how those things happen. Like the game warden can see you, or the game warden cannot see you, or you can get caught on camera, or you can not get caught on camera, and those both kind of alter like how the endings flow out.
Did they erase like the
Um,
memories because of the
Yes,
camera?
they did. They did. No, they erased the memories because if the game warden sees you, the girl's memories get erased.
Fuck that.
Because yeah,
Oh.
because the game warden sees you, and the game warden then knows that okay, this family saw the thing they weren't supposed to see, and so they send the wizards back, the magicians, the memory modifiers back to be like zip, zip zap. If you get seen by the cameramen, you still get collected, but the memories don't get wiped. In some circumstance, like it's a little different. Like, and that plays out a little differently whether Zoe is affectionate towards you or not. Like they still in some of the get caught on camera, like they still try to go find the kids and erase their memory, and sometimes it still happens. But if Zoe's affection's high enough, then it alters. And then also there's also a way that you can give Zoe the map yourself as opposed to leaving it behind, and that's if you know that you're going to be leaving. And so if she has the map and the hair, it's like, what the fuck is this? What does this mean? What the fuck does this mean? What the fuck is this shit? And then that changes the ending as well. When you know you can know that you're going to leave if you go ahead and keep going in the mountains. When you're like at night and you see the blood, if you keep going, you end up in the mountains and you realize, oh my god, a portal is opening up in the mountains again. And
Probably should have done that then.
and that way you know, oh, okay, I know I'm not going to see her again. And so you make the map up and then you can give it to her in person.
So what
But if
was blood then?
it was the Akakit attacking something.
Oh, okay. And the Akagit is guarding the gate.
The Akakit's actually guarding its cub.
Okay.
You find that out in one of the endings. That the Akakit was actually guarding its cub. It's just an animal. Like it's not even like it's not smart. It's just like a giant tiger bird, like cougar bird. And so
Hi,
like
Gabriella, welcome to the stream.
and so it's just like it's guarding its cub, and that's the only reason it like freaked out on the camera people, because it was like my baby. And so you find that out in one of the endings. Is
Ash
that
let
it's
us get the saddest ending on stream.
I'm
But
sorry.
She wasn't even like, yeah, you're not gonna want to do that. She just wanted me to cry on stream. Hi, Gabrielle, welcome to the stream. We're playing my friend Ash's game, or we just played my friend Ash's game.
I let them get a sad ending.
They let me literally almost cry on stream.
Bittersweet.
Like,
It's bittersweet.
it just hurts because you know
They see Precious again, you know?
she doesn't remember.
I'll take that. I'll take what I can get.
Sorry I couldn't stay in your stream early, Gabrielle. I was bouncing in and out. I did enjoy the Sims content. Wait, so do we have questions for Ash that you had specifically, Hayden, or no? Because we still have a half hour-ish about, if you want to ask a specific question. Because I don't know. Or Ash can just talk about it. Whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever. Or if chat has any questions about making games, or voice acting, or any of that, Ash does all of it. And
So does
since, yeah, Hayden does as well. Caramel voice acts. And I write and produce games. So, speaking of games that I write and produce.
Chill, baby, chill.
I'm sorry that I have to keep doing this, chat, but I'm running a Kickstarter for my current game, Battle Royale for Your Heart, where, you know, you are in a Battle Royale match, and you can date the people in the Battle Royale tournament, or not. You don't have to date them, but I recommend dating them. And then win the Battle Royale tournament. So, if you would like to play the demo, we have it uploaded on my itch.io, but you can click the Kickstarter and find it as well and play it. There's also tons of Let's Plays on my Twitter that I've like retweeted and stuff. And if you like the game, or you like me, perhaps consider donating to our Kickstarter. There's tons of cool rewards, so you don't just donate and get nothing in return. There's cool things that you'll get in return, including the game. Yes, my games are Mac compatible, Gabriella. They can play on Mac. Battle Royale for Your Heart is also available on Linux as well. The first for my game.
As well as PC.
As PC, yeah. So you guys can play the games, and then if you like it, donate. As little as $1 helps. If I don't reach the 12,000 or 11,649, then I just can't make the game. And then I'll have to try to redo Kickstarter again. that would be really sad because I'm exhausted. Yeah, so I do also recommend Ash's and Hayden's games as well. Gabrielle, if you like visual novels. Me and Gabrielle were talking about that the other day in my stream.
Oh, well, I will give you my, hold on.
Yeah, so you can play these games if you like, donate. But again, you don't have to, I guess. If you guys just share it around to the, that would also help as well.
These are my games.
Yes.
Oh, okay, chat rules. Yeah, God. Those are mine.
I've
Those are
changed my
my
chat rules. I
games.
think mine still says don't ask for 1v1s. That was my really long, old-time ones. We're also doing this super cool thing. If you donate and tell me you donated,
Here's
put your
Hayden's
name
games.
on this.
Yeah.
You can't see the freaking wheel, but I have a wheel. If you donate and tell me you donated, I'll put your name on the wheel, and then when the month is over, we'll spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on can tell me to stream anything they want for at least a 2-hour stream, and I will literally play or stream anything you want, just chatting. I'll play Fortnite until I lose my mind, or like I'll play solos or Minecraft, or they want me to play solos until I win in Fortnite, or Minecraft, or GTA roleplay. I think someone asked me to play like a Rust server. I will do literally anything. That is how badly I would like my game to be. Funded. All right. So now that I'm done begging, Ash can answer any questions that you guys have. Thank you for sharing, Gabrielle. I appreciate it. We will
So,
go
really-
back. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Aiden.
Just really quick, I want to just chill for myself really quick. Just if you're looking for a chill game, I have a game called Kill the Prince that you can just like play
Prince.
in your browser. It takes
Kill the
like
Prince is so good.
it takes like upwards of 20 minutes. So if you're literally looking for something to play like on your lunch break, you know, like right before you go to bed, it's like cute. It's
can
got some
Kill a
jokes. There's a
Prince? Question mark.
question
It's pretty
mark.
good. It's pretty stellar.
But it's also like a comedy and just kind of, you know, there's a giant mustache you can wear. So
There is a giant
True,
mustache. I
true,
love
yes.
the giant mustache.
all right, chilling done. Okay.
All right, yeah. Chill time is over. Now it's chill time. If anyone has any questions about game
it's fine.
development here, otherwise I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, I got some questions.
All right,
Okay.
Hayden, kick it off. I know Hayden has some good, hard-hitting questions.
I'm gonna this might be like a big question, but like, so as a one person, you know, going into this as like a single person team, what is like your game plan? You
Oh,
see
God.
that there's a jam for like, it's a 1 month jam, like walk me through like
Oh
what's
God.
your plan?
Okay. Oh God. Okay. Oh God. Okay.
I
Okay.
can give you a
Okay.
couple
Well,
seconds.
okay, so I've done enough. So I've done enough jams at this point, and I've been doing this like
Mhm.
just long enough now that I know exactly how long it takes me to do everything. Like
All right.
I know
Yeah.
how long it takes me to do a sprite. I
Taking
know how long it
notes.
takes me to do a background. I know all my shortcuts are. You know,
Yeah.
and so typically I start with. Oh God. I think of an idea. Like if there's a theme, it's like, okay, what's my plan? What's my idea? And I have just like ideas just kind of like kick around, like they just kind of exist in the ether. And so I'm like, oh, let's use that one, I think. And then I decide, okay, so what is the way to execute that idea in such a way that makes sense in a visual novel context, and like how can I like do I want something special with it? I want to do like.
Subbing. LT. Sorry, I mean interrupt you. But thank you.
And
for
lots
sub-
of times, like I try to use jams, especially. I mean, I do so many jams, but I try to think of something like, okay, what's something I can do new this jam? Like, what's a new technique I haven't done yet that would be fun for this jam? And initially, it was going to be for this game, it's actually going to be something else. And then I kind of got in there, and I was like, I don't like this. I'm not going to do this. This is silly for this game. This game is the story is too tight. It wouldn't make any sense for this. And so I chose to do the ASL animation instead as my like one trick for this jam. And so typically like I'll outline everything. I'll get the story structured out and be like, okay, so if I did this story, how many backgrounds am I gonna need? How many sprites would I need? What? And then I go, okay, that's too many. I need to cut it. Because I always have to cut it. And so I cut it down to like, okay, I know I can do this many sprites. I know I can do this many backgrounds. So cut it down to these things. Cool. Then I oh gosh, I'm not sure I'm answering this question correctly. So like, I get all that kind of structured out. Like, okay, I need this many sprites, this many backgrounds. Okay.
So this is before
my
the jam
game
has
plan.
started, right?
This is typically like
Yeah.
the week before the jam has started. It's like if the jam is going to start like January 1st, I would do all this like end of December or whatever. Or like Nano's in
Okay.
March. Like Nano's in March. So I would probably start planning for Nano. I probably will start planning for Nano like middle of February. Maybe a week,
so
a week before.
basically,
Yeah.
like day one, you already know in
Day-
theory
Day one
all
of
the art assets, all the plot,
Mhm.
story bits, and so you sort of have everything already like lined out to go.
Day
Okay.
day one of the jam. That was that way on day one. I start with writing. I just go. I'm just like 1, 2, 3, go. So everything is already ready before the jam starts. Like, and like most jams are chill with that. Like, there aren't any jams that are like no pre-planning. Like most jams are like just don't work on anything.
Right.
So like, I'll
It's
even
kind
do
of a miracle of like you finish on time. So if you start like
yeah,
Yeah.
like if I'll even do sketches before the jam starts. Like I'll like sketch stuff out. Like when I did because Heart Connection or Heart of the Matter was a yaoi jam, and I already had sketches of the main boys
Yeah,
done.
and that's technically not cheating. You can have all of
It's
that
not
time.
cheating, yeah. I mean, because I
Yeah.
didn't use those sketches in the final game. Like they were just like, okay, this is what these guys look like. Okay, I know what they look like. So then when I actually did the sprites, it was like, I already know what you look like. I don't have to figure out what your face looks like. You're good. So y'all will start seeing some. Oh man, I've already seen. Here's the thing. So yeah, so day one, I won't divert from the question. So yeah, so before day one has even started, I already have the entire outline of the story ready. Generally speaking, sometimes I might have like a bit where I'm like, I'm not sure about this. Let's see how it happens when I get there. I usually know how I want the endings to roll out. I know what all my flags are for the endings. So I'm going to use if I'm going to use binary or gauges or whatever, and I already know what my asset list is, what my sprite list is, what the one thing I want to do. And then so that day one, I just day one start writing. And I get all the writing done first. I don't do any art until all the writing is done. That way, if I like fuck up and like I lose the schedule, hey, at least I have a Twine game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
even if I don't get to make a visual novel, hey, at least I have some interactive fiction, and I can like slap some
There's
backgrounds
something
on it
there.
and call it a sound novel. You know what I mean? Or I can make it a
Yeah.
Twine game or something. Like I don't even start on assets until I've got all the writing done.
'Cause
Also,
I
that
feel
also
like
that
the writing is almost like if you have like the complete like story and like complete script done, like
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to like go back and like do all of the assets versus if you
Exactly.
have all of these assets and you're like, well, now I have to write a story with it. That's a lot harder.
Exactly. It makes it way easier because if I do the story first and then I'm like, oh god, I don't want to have to do 5 backgrounds. I'm just like, maybe rewrite that to do 3 backgrounds, or whatever. Like it's so much easier to change the story to reduce the number of backgrounds or reduce the assets that you need. Vice versa. Like you don't you might do all these assets and then write the story and be like, oh, I didn't actually need all these assets, or oh, these assets don't actually work for what I want to do. It's so much easier for me, especially I just think in general, it's so much easier to get the story down first and the gameplay down first,
Yeah.
and then get all the assets in.
Gameplay. I should think about that before I start writing games. Good idea.
I mean, with visual novel, the gameplay is more like the choice structure.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes I'll just be like, okay, this is kind of what I want to write about, and then I'll just write it, and then it will change while I'm writing it. And then I don't really know where I'm going.
I can do that easily for linear fiction. Like if I want to sit down and work on my book or something, I'm just like but like for games, like because I have to get all the choices right and stuff, and to get how the choices need to go, how many endings I want, and how the choices are going to break out into the endings. I hyper plan.
Yeah, I still struggle with that a little bit because I was seeing people who were doing like gameplay of like Battle Royale for Your Heart, and it's like the way set up how like who you partner up with. People seem to be like, there's like, all right, a little spoiler. There's one choice with like Twin Tails where like you like forcibly enter her name into the terminal and that like locks in her thing.
Yeah.
And like literally everyone was like, oh, I can't do that to Twin Tails. I would definitely break your trust. But like they wanted a romance Twin Tails, and I was like, but that's the story. That's what you have to do. Like I literally had to tell one of the streamers, like, no, like you have to make her mad at you. That's her thing. She'll get it.
Well, and that's the difficulty of like choice structure in visual novels is like that sort of intuitive, like, oh, is this choice going to get them where they want to go or not? And like, whoa. I play visual novels where you make a choice and you're just like, what the fuck was that about? Why the fuck?
Me.
That's what I wanted to do.
That's how I write my choices, and I'm like, yikes. It's hard, especially during a jam. So,
Yeah.
I feel like these are really good choices though in this one, Center of the Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Because every single one
struggled.
felt like they were important. Like every single one had all 3 of us like, oh. Okay.
Well, see, and that's the beauty of doing binary choices on this game is literally every single choice is kind of important. Like, I mean, obviously they don't all completely and totally change the ending, but each ending is a teeny tiny bit different. Like it is itty bitty changes. If I did it right.
But just imagine what you could do with that in a longer
Yeah.
game with no jam.
God, then it gets so much harder.
Yeah.
So I've seen games do that, and I'm just like,
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
and with 100 different endings. There's one game where it's like there's like 100. There is a game with like 100 different endings. Like a bunch of them are like death endings. So it's like you pick the ending and then like you die immediately, and that's an ending. You know, like.
I love stupid death endings.
So good. I've heard it's a really fun game. Wait, because like
which
when
game?
I don't remember what it's called.
Oh.
But like basically it's like you have all these endings and like you have all like a whole bunch of endings, but like a bunch of them are death endings. There's only like 2 good endings.
That kind of reminds me of
Is it
there
the
was a
letter?
really-
No, it's an older game.
Oh.
there was like a really old VN, I still remember, called Fairy Dangerous, I think it was called, where you play as like these fairies that escape into like a human world, but you're all like Tinkerbell size, and like it's like a horror movie because there's like 5 of them,
You're
and
all
like the
babies.
first fairy dies by getting trapped in a microwave, and like
What the
it's like fucked up, and like every choice afterwards you either like save one of your friends or like she dies,
Oh god.
and it's like it's very interesting, and like I clearly because I couldn't remember it like 6 years after I played it, but just sort of reminds me of that like sort of choices, and even though like the overarching story was the same, like you encounter the same like 7 traps or whatever, like, but it depends on like who's there with you. You might be able to do something different, or did you get them killed off beforehand?
Jesus.
Okay, this isn't the one I'm thinking of. This is another one I'm thinking of. 428 Shibuya Scramble, which is 87 different endings.
Oh my god. Imagine
Wow.
Yeah,
writing
and then
87
Star
endings.
Ocean. Yeah, Star Ocean, the second story has like 87
Oh my
endings.
god! But
Yeah,
that's not a VN. That's just
I
an
know.
RPG.
it's an RPG.
Yeah.
But Shibuya Scramble is another one I'm thinking of. It's a sound novel. That was another one I was
Too
thinking of.
many endings. That
And
stresses
here's
me out.
yeah, I can't find the specific one I'm thinking of though. I'll have to figure it out.
Do you guys like that many endings? Or
No.
No.
See, so on some cases, it makes your it feels like then your choices matter more, and like you
Uh-huh.
actually think about it, right? Like so when people are playing Battle Royale for Heart, they're like actually thinking like how this is gonna like affect them, because I feel like they thought they were gonna like die every turn if they like make the wrong choice. But then at the same time, it's like that's so many endings. I just want to romance the guy and be done with it. Like
I think it really depends on what kind of story I'm there for. Like if it's just like a typical like romance, I'm like, yeah, I just want to pick my dude and go, you know, or pick
Yeah,
my girl
yeah.
and go.
you sort of, it's like the choices were like, it's like the main character goes to the cafeteria, and it's like, which color flavor like or
Oh,
color
but then some of
coordinated
the
food are you
choices
gonna order?
don't
Which
even
also
matter.
coordinates to like all of the different boys.
Yeah.
That's
You
so,
order
I
the
hate
strawberry
that's
cake
so
and
lame.
it's the redhead.
I am not impressed by like choices where you have to like pick something super random and then it like deals with like one of the love interests. It's like you pick the yellow seat instead of the blue seat, so now you know your points with guy 2 is up, and I'm like, all right, well that literally has nothing to do with guy 2, but okay, thanks.
Yeah.
See, so Dramatical Murder, which remains one of my favorite visual novels, has I think a very interesting choice structure in that so you have your typical choices, like you have some like pretty like it's pretty easy to figure out how to get on the route of the dude you want to be on. Like
Yeah.
but the choices are still pretty like good. Like you still have to think about them. Like, okay, how would Kuchiko react to me doing this? Would he like it? Okay. So you still have to think about them a little bit. But generally speaking, they're not that hard. So you can get on the route of the guy you want to be on. But they have every single route at the end of each dude's route. So you have the choices to get on the route, and then there's one choice at the very, very end that is whether you get the good ending or the bad ending. And it's a little bit different for each of the characters. And it's like surprisingly good. Like the very first time I played it, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? What? And like, but like, so it's this one weird kind of choice at the very end you have to make, where it's like, I think in one of the routes it's like you don't say anything. Like you can pick the words you want to say as they appear on the screen,
Yeah.
and the answer is to actually not say anything. But you have to kind of intuit from the rest of the conversation. Like it's really good. I was like once you kind of figure it out, you're like, oh, and then the other routes is like weird. You're like, okay, I get what they're going for. It's real good. My copy's gonna come in at some point. I'm so excited.
Nice.
I'll actually have a physical copy of my favorite game.
Yay, we love that. Choices are important. I liked like Our Life because like every single choice like was tailored to like it wouldn't ruin the ending, the choices that you make. But at the same time, like to write that. There was more than one writer on that team, right? That wasn't just one.
Oh, that should be Patch, right? Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
have like 3 or 4.
There's no way. That would stress me out. Hello, people just joining us in chat. If you have any questions about game dev, we have the creator of The Center of the Universe, the game that we just played here. Hayden is also a game dev, and Caramel, who
Hello.
always sits quiet when we talk about game dev stuff. I know he's just listening and he's like absorbing it. I know he says it all the time that he doesn't mind, but you know, also voice actor, so and gamer. You know, he has knowledge of games.
I'm a certified gamer.
I see him playing Dragon Age and stuff. You know, I see you on Discord. I see Hayden playing Stardew Valley. Like I see.
Shut up.
I see Hayden has Stardew Valley and I have Stardew Valley and Ash has Stardew Valley, but I don't see how we're not on a farm. Is like what I'm getting at.
I don't have time to play Stardew Valley.
To actually put time into a farm.
Yeah, I have several farms. Like, I mean, I've made years 7, 8, and 9 on farms.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but like that's why I can't play it unless I'm ready to put in that 100 hours.
I just got married to Shane today.
Delicious.
I say but I married Sam, and I just don't ever do that. That Sam story is the worst story.
I married Alex for his body the first time.
I've married Sebastian, Elliot, Penny.
I was thinking of marrying Penny, but I was actually like playing as one of my D&D characters, and I was like, who would he marry?
Yeah.
So
let's see. Yeah, I've married Sebastian. I've married Maru. I've married Elliot.
Married Sam. They wasn't worried.
I've married Penny. Yeah, that's who I've married.
Don't marry Sam's
Alex.
scene. Creepy. Go ahead. Talk about it, Alex.
Different farms had different ideas. Like my river farm, I married Elliot, so he would still be happy next to the water. But now the new beach farm is out. I'm like, gotta play on 1.5, play the beach farm, marry Elliot again so we can live by the sea.
Oh, true. Elliot would love it. That's cute.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a Harvest Moon clone one day. It's just gonna happen. I'm already like halfway to my Pokemon sim, so like,
excellent.
Oh, true. I'm hype about that one.
Yep. I'm actually thinking maybe March it'll be full version will be out and they'll be all done. So.
Full version by March?
Yeah, like Hard as Muscle.
I thought you meant your Pokemon one. I was like, already.
Oh fucking hell no.
Damn.
I'm actually doing it as part of Global Game Jam, which is actually this weekend. So.
Good luck. Good luck.
Anyway.
Yeah, me and Hayden are working on a super cool, awesome Nano game, by the way. Guys.
Yeah.
You guys are not prepared.
No, when y'all see, okay, so my Nano game, I'm gonna tell you right now, and like this is gonna be the thing, and it's gonna be great or not great. I haven't quite decided. But for one, there's gonna be a goblin as a love interest.
Nice.
Yes, okay.
There's gonna be a goblin as a love interest. There's gonna be a completely and totally non-human, not even bipedal love interest. For surezies. And I'm debating I might do 3 humanoid love interests. I don't know. I can't decide which ones I want to use.
But it's
okay.
How about just make them a polycute and just like you date all of them all at once?
And so there's definitely gonna be a poly options.
Okay.
I may only use 1 humanoid. I may only use 1 or 2 humanoid.
Alright, you've already got like 2 other options. Like
I know. See, I may just do 1. I may just do 1. I may just do 1.
I know Nano is like super important and like Nano's like the biggest like jam for VMs, but like 1 month, Ash. Do not kill yourself.
I know. Shut up.
Well, that's why
I
me and Hayden are
know-
teaming up because we
Also,
just
I know
don't
I can
wanna
do. That's the
stress.
thing. Doing jams, I know I
It's
can
the-
do 3. I knew I can do 3 love interests. Like I know that's like that's within my capability. I've done it
Yeah.
before. So I may just do 3. So it's definitely gonna be the goblin. It's definitely gonna be the non-human, non-bipedal creature, and I have to decide which of the humanoid characters I want to use because oh my god, they're all such good ideas.
Ooh.
But here's the thing: they're all so. I don't want to use the word non-binary, but they're all non-binary. Like all the love
I don't want to
interests.
say
'Cause
non-binary,
here's-
but
'cause
definitely
here's the
non-binary.
thing: goblins, goblins only
Indie
have
lovers.
one. Goblins only have one sex, right?
Oh.
So that's just a thing. And then the non-human, a non-bipedal character, they belong to a species that has 3 different sexes, and so like they're the one. Like the way their chromosomal structure takes place, like there's an XY, there's an XX, and there's a YY, so to speak. And so they're technically an XY, but in their gender, their species, it works differently. And then the human is just non-binary. Yeah, that's gonna be my fucking nano game. That's as far as I've gotten so far.
That sounds
That's the
awesome.
premise. That's the conceit. You're in a goblin village. You got injured. This goblin doctor's like, "What the fuck did you do to yourself? This is
I
ridiculous.
choose the goblin
What the
doctor.
fuck were you doing?"
I'm so
Yeah.
And then
I'm so
and then you
opposite.
look-
I don't
and
I
then
want
think
a
you-
doctor.
you're gonna
he's a
romance the goblin
Oh,
doctor.
they're a goblin and a doctor?
Yeah, goblin doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
So
please.
I don't see any
Exactly,
other
they're a
option
surgeon.
for me right now.
Yeah,
They
goblin
can
doctor.
fix my heart.
Oh.
Like where the only place I'm kind of stuck is whether you as a main character are like from our world and it's like a fish
Oh,
out of
okay,
water
isekai.
story, or if like you're from that
Oh.
world and they know what's going on.
That's my guilty pleasure, is being
out of
pulled
water?
from another world to a different
I
world.
might,
so
I might just
good.
go ahead and do
Ah.
that because everyone loves that like so
Yeah.
much. I
So
considered,
good.
I considered making the humanoid love interest be the person who's from like our world, and then being like, I
Oh,
don't know
that's
where-
a good kind of reverse.
right? Like I can't
Oh, I
decide. I
like
can't
that.
decide. Like I kind of want to make them that, but then at the same time, what's your character do? And it's just like I can't decide.
You
I can't
have
decide what's
until
better.
March, right? To think
Yeah,
about
but
it.
oh,
Come
it's gonna
on.
plague me. It's gonna plague me for a month.
I mean, I kind of solved it. I have to read through the document, Hayden. They put a lot of effort into. I'm sorry.
Oh no, actually, I keep meaning to like send you more messages because I think I already have like a tentative title for our
Oh,
game.
thank God. Hayden do all the work. Just tell me what to write. That's it. That's what I'm trying to
Okay.
do this March.
I think like we're already like half there because I feel like can I like spoil a little bit, like give a little like sneak peek to everybody.
No one's
Yeah.
gonna remember. So
Okay, good. So
You
we're
hear-
thinking,
here first.
yeah, it's a world premiere. We're thinking Mafia.
No,
Oh,
we're not thinking of
right.
Mafia. 100% Mafia.
We
That's what
are
I'm here
locking
for.
into the Mafia story,
Mafia,
and
100%.
there's going to be a little bit of gameplay. We're going to be doing a stat raiser where your grandpa
Courtesy of
was.
Hayden's big brain.
I've already done all the math. The math is done.
Hayden is doing all of the hard work. I'm telling you. I'm just writing some stuff. Hayden is doing
Um.
all the work. I love Hayden for that. Honestly.
Aw. Well, I'm so happy you're helping, or we can like work together. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like
it's
this is gonna be
fun.
real chill, and I don't have to like. It'll just be nice to, and it's something like
Or
to enjoy
something
the
to
stream.
thank God. And I'll
Yeah.
handle all the extra stuff like voice acting and music.
Oh
and
my
all
god!
that fun stuff.
Anyway,
Or
I'm sorry,
voice
I'm getting distracted. Okay, but like the idea is like your grandfather used to be the don of some like big mafia family, and like he dies, and in his will, he's set to have you inherit like the entire family's fortune and like the family's like business, and so the will is set to like come into effect on the day of your grandfather's funeral, which is I think we're gonna do it a week. I forget exactly the time span. It's either gonna be like a week or a month or something. And between then and the funeral, you need to like kind of like train yourself, and like there's 3 different stats. You have charisma, strength, and cunning, like wit or something. And there's like a hot There's a hot mafia like bodyguard guy who's one of
Yeah.
the people you can date. He sort of is like, or they we haven't really decided any genders for anybody yet, but like they're sort of like, I used to be your grandfather's right hand man. I'm going to teach you how to like become the new Dawn, and like
Teach him
is sort of
alright.
like the protector sort of type. And so they're sort of like guiding you through these couple of days or weeks or whatever up to the funeral, because there's also people trying to kill you because they know you're the next like heir to the family fortune, and if they can off you, then like other people have like their own, you know, plans because maybe somebody else will inherit if you don't inherit, and like, you know, so like basically like there's like death checks where like if you don't have enough points you're gonna get like assassinated or like other
God.
stuff's gonna be it's gonna be
the
fun.
true mafia experience.
Okay, and Anna, this is my pitch for the title because I'm
Okay,
really
okay.
on a
Yeah, I'm
roll
ready.
for like really cheesy titles. How about A New Dawn?
Ah, I love it.
Yeah.
That's so
yeah.
dorky. I love
Yeah.
it.
Or like The New Dawn or something. I like a New Dawn.
I like A New Dawn because it's like a new dawn.
Yeah, it sounds like, is it DAWN or is it DON?
Exactly.
Mm.
And you have like sunrise motifs as part of the
The sunrise
Yeah.
is the title screen.
exactly.
The Sunrise Mafia.
It's like a pizza. I don't know. Italian
Uh,
stereotypes.
I just
Uh.
yeah, I have so many Italian stereotypes to add in here. Do not worry.
It's gonna be fun.
It'll be so good.
So far, like to train the strength stat, we're having that you have to like do like wrestling or something. Because I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
how do I get these characters to take off their shirt? It was really like my only thought process. I was like, okay, well we gotta have some sort of fan service. So
Yeah, I'm here for it.
amidst the death,
Yeah, you heard it
Yeah.
here first.
we have naked wrestling mafia men. Play it here now.
Yeah, naked wrestling mafia man.
They went to naked real fast.
Yeah.
Half naked.
Oh, half naked. Sorry,
Well, I don't know, like
half
you know,
naked.
that's the like the patch or whatever. I don't know. The
The
DLC.
DLC.
The
It's the nudity
DLC.
patch.
Yeah, it's like literally everything else is the same except the wrestling is different.
Well then.
Uh,
Yep.
yep.
Yeah.
So now I
Yeah.
gotta come up with something that's gonna like beat that.
We already did.
Your
I
goblin doctor could also be wrestling.
I mean,
On their free
okay.
time.
I may or may not be making this an 18+ game.
Oh.
I don't typically draw the not safe for work because I don't have the energy. But this time might be the first time I do that.
Oh.
Because I tend to not put in
Oh.
CGs. Like I don't have time for CGs. That's no place I cut.
Wow.
But this might be
I
one.
have
Saucy.
harder like writing R18 than like drawing it. I say even though
can-
like
It's a time thing for me. Like I usually cut CGs as part of my solo dev like
Well, because we only have a month.
time frame. You only
Yeah.
have so much time. CGs take forever. I don't know.
they're like the first thing to go.
I don't even
That
bother
and
putting them in.
backgrounds.
Yeah, everyone was like kind of upset that there was no CGs in Summer at Marisol Bay. I was like, bro, it was 47,000 words. You're lucky I got that out in 2 months. Like, I don't.
What's super
You're
oh, sorry, go on.
welcome.
What's super funny is I've played a lot of games without CGs and I don't miss them necessarily.
I want to kiss CG. I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry.
I was playing like Yags and stuff, and there's no CGs in Yags, and I was just
Doesn't
like,
everyone love that game?
yeah, I don't want to talk about that game online. I don't
Alright,
want to talk about. I don't want to talk. I guess I
read-
wrote about it, so I can
read
talk
the
about
review,
it.
Smile.
Yeah, you read the review I wrote.
I read what they said about the review.
Oh, what I didn't.
What the
Let's
the editor said
maybe-
about the review. So I have to go back. But I
Oh
get
yeah,
the
that
gist
part.
of
Oh no,
it.
no, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
get
My
the gist
review
of
for
it.
Yags wasn't bad. It's one of my usual mean reviews.
My reviews
Let's-
are always mean. I feel like I
Let's
never put
try
in good
being
reviews, and I
positive
feel
on
bad.
stream though, guys.
Right. But yeah, but what I'm saying is I've played games without CGs, and like I don't
They're
even.
good, right?
I don't
You
notice.
Keeper?
Like I typically don't even notice. I'm just
It's
like,
just hard to assume that like people can knock out CGs
Yeah.
in a jam. For So in Love, we had 2 CGs, but I had to get an extra artist to do it because
It's
Lainey didn't have time to do all of the sprites and then the CGs.
it's very difficult. Yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of work. Oh, we did have one in Christmas at Marisol Bay, but we planned that one ahead of time.
Yeah. I've considered going back and adding CGs to some of my older games that don't have them, but then I'd have to figure out, okay, what was my style at the time? Like what brush was I using? What was my color palette? I'd have to like relearn my art style for that game, and that's a very heady undertaking. So I just haven't ever done that yet.
I think for me personally, like as a player, I don't really miss CGs.
Yeah.
If the ending, for some reason, there's something like, at least for me, maybe this is a personal thing, but like at the ending, I want to see at least one art asset to be like new at the very end of the game, to at least like I see it and it's different and I'm like, okay, this is the end. Sort of like in the end of, the Center of the Universe, we see the aged up Precious, and it sort
I'm
of
still
shows to us like,
recovering.
which I really liked, and to me, like, because it had that, I didn't need a CG. And so I'm thinking, like, even just like a sprite that you don't use until the very end of the game or something, which is a lot easier to draw than like a full-blown CG. I think might be I'm just thinking aloud now.
I
But
could
another way
see
to
that. I could see that. Like something that's special about the end. It's like, oh, here's the ending you're in. This is special. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like there's eight. Like I did that for this. There's aged up. There's an aged up Zoe sprite as well.
I saw it. I was going around because I wanted to see it. But yeah, just sort of seeing it and you're like, I feel like I'm being given something. It's sort of like a reward at the end for getting the good ending.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be like a brand new like picture that you spent 8 hours drawing, because some CGs takes for fucking ever.
Right.
Yeah. Or like a new music track. That's another one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just something different. Make it feel special. So what was the hardest part of making this game?
Of this game? Oh,
Sorry, that was a really awkward like silence, and I was like, well.
Figuring out how I wanted to do the language stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And like how I specifically wanted to do it. So I knew right off the bat I wanted to do ASL. So okay, this is my thing that I fucking hate, and I watch a lot of sci-fi, right? So like my pet peeve what's become my pet peeve is like you go to an alien planet and they all speak English. And I'm just like, I hate it. I hate it so cookies. So much. Like it drives me crazy. So that's like purposely why, and like especially in Heart Connection, I included a character who did not speak the same language as the other characters. Back when I made Heart Connection, because I thought it'd be funny as fuck. And so for this game, I had that same thought. I was like, okay, Gara, I keep saying his name differently depending on how I feel like inflecting it, is gonna come to this world, and they don't know English. Like, they don't, technically in my setting, English is a language called Elurian. There's this joke where it's like in my head of like someone who speaks English, like, oh my god, y'all all speak English, and they're like, what the fuck is English? We're speaking Elurian vernacular. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I have this whole thing about it. It's in a story that has never been published yet, but it's in there. It's funny. So that story ever comes out, it's gonna be funny. And so for this one, it was the same thing. It's like, okay, well, Gara is not gonna. I in my head, I know where Gara lives on the world that he lives on, and they're not going. Technically, Gara is actually they're technically that third gender as well. Of the species of the sets of species that have double X, double Y, and XY chromosomal members of their species, and Gara is technically a third gender. So in their language, in Gara's language, you would use Z as their pronoun. If you were speaking Elurian and you wanted to refer to Gara, you wouldn't say he or she, you'd say Z. That's my fun fact that I could not find a fucking place to shoehorn in, despite my best efforts. So the language thing was big. So a universal sign is something I've used in other games before or other stories before. And so I was like, okay, you know what? How would Garra actually interact with humans? Okay, they'd use universal sign. Okay, well, we're going to make it fun as fuck, where English is not going to be the universal language in this game. It's going to be a combination of ASL and Spanish, because that's funny as fuck to me. And I was like, let's fucking do it. And not like funny, but like, let's fucking do it. Because I like the idea of Spanish being a language that gets spoken on other fantasy worlds, because it's funny to me. Because I live in such an Anglophonic country, it's like, it's funny to me. It's like, oh, okay, you're gonna go to another world and you try to speak English and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so you have to go through a couple different languages and you get to French and you get to Spanish and they're like, oh yes, those I know. So figuring out how to convey all that, like the IPA, what the IPA was intended to do was intended to mimic the things that Garra is hearing. So Garra is hearing these sounds in this language that they know they don't know, but this is what it sounds like to them. Precious, get your backpack. They have no idea what those words mean and what those sounds mean put together, but those are the sounds that they're hearing. So that's what the IPA was meant to emulate. And then figuring out how to convey the ASL in that Precious speaks ASL, Garra speaks Universal Sign. They're technically two different languages, but Garra's able to intuit, okay, I think I know what some of these words are. So it was figuring out, okay, what words is Garra going to be able to figure out? What words is Garra not going to be able to figure out? Thus the areas with Precious being like, two OK symbols pressed together. Garra doesn't know what a tamale is. So the word for tamale does not exist in Universal Sign. The word for Colorado doesn't exist in Universal Sign. Mountain does, but not Colorado, which is where this takes place. And then same thing with the Spanish, even when Garra is finally speaking Spanish with Zoe, because extraterrestre, that's not a word that Garra, even in Spanish, well, they call it a different language, they call it something else on Garra's world, is going to exist. Spaceship's not going to exist. TV, video, those aren't words that are going to exist in the language that Garra's familiar with. So getting all of that to play was both a goal and my heart and the hardest part.
Wow. That sounds like that was a lot to play with.
Yep.
It was also like a kind of a fun challenge.
Yep. Because I was trying to figure out, because it's like, a lot of it's pulling from older short stories, older things I've written, and like pulling in different things and notes I've made to keep it lore consistent. And like, I've written other stories where they speak Spanish in this other world. They call it Catalan because the language they speak in Catalonia. But like, it's but the words aren't all the same. The grammar is not all quite the same. So like, it's that line between Garra being able to intuit some things versus like, I don't know what a fucking astronave is. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Modern day Gerald Tolkien or something. It was a joke.
I'm doing it all in 1 month, everyone.
That was a joke because Tolkien was a linguist.
Then listen, I'm dumb. I don't know about all this. I didn't even know Three Kings Day traditions. You expect me to understand? Like, I was an English major in college, and once like they started being really pretentious to me, I zoned out the rest of the classes, and so it was all winging. So a lot of great literature references and stuff I do not understand. Sorry, my education failed me.
I'm sorry.
Welcome, Luna. Hello, Dirk. Hello, everyone.
Alas, poor Yorick.
I knew him, Horatio.
Yeah.
Or flashback. To college. They were very rude to me in college because I told them I wanted to make video games, and they were like, I remember this one old lady. She was really old. She was like, asking me what kind of literature that I was like into or whatever, and I was like, play a lot of visual novels at the time. I was like really big on it, and I was explaining like I really like writing that like independent people do, even just like fan fiction and stuff like that, or like short stories. I really like reading like smaller like non-published work, and I was like explaining that to her, and she was like, wow, you're telling me that you're gonna like be a writer like with this information, and I'm just like, huh? And she was like, yeah, so you're telling me the big game developers that you want to work for don't have a copy of Shakespeare on their desk? And I was like, no, ma'am, I'm telling you, not every game writer has Shakespeare on their desk. And I just got really offended and mad.
It's a different style of writing. Like a lot of
stuck clowning me. That's why I don't really. Yeah.
like a lot of game writers, are like classically trained writers, but a lot of them aren't. Like it's a combination skill. A lot of them came over from like just game development.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the college thing is like the college professor thing is like, oh, you don't read and write novels? You don't write and read like Shakespeare? You are, at least the college I went to, and I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked. Sorry. It like made me not want to speak about game writing for a long time. And then the creative writing classes clowned me too, but you know, college is not. Like everything is a grain of salt, so.
I am giving you a pat on the back, right? Like a little pat. Like, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I know when my husbando, Alex, when he was going to when he basically people like when he was in high school, like, okay, what are you gonna do for a living? He's like, I'm gonna make video games. And they're like, you can't, like, how are you gonna do that? Like, what?
How are you gonna do
Like, how are you gonna like make video? There aren't college programs for that. Like, he went to the community college, was like, I want to be in a game development program. Like, we don't have that. We don't have game development programs. And so he got a degree in computer programming, and then like 2 years after he graduated the degree in computer programming, they started a game development program at the community college, and now he works on Fortnite. So.
Who's winning? Clearly, Alex.
Clearly, Alex.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Clearly. Yeah,
I'm
a fucking hater. Go ahead,
I remember I was part of this writer's salon, like a local writer's salon, and like
Yeah.
I asked them specifically, like, you know, do you take submissions other than just like prose? And I'd been there like maybe like a couple months, so I'd been to a few meetings to kind of show like my goodwill of like, I'm sitting here, I'm giving feedback, I'm not just here as like a sponge. So, and they said like, totally, yeah, you can like submit anything you really want to. And so I was like, because I was really needing sort of feedback from someone like that, you know, like more concentration on like the way I was writing and like critique on like the world and like my actual like writing and like the line delivery and stuff. And so I submitted a draft of the Town Pages, which was like a game that, anyway, it's like a point and venture
The one
game.
that you really liked, right?
That's
like your
Maryland
baby?
August. Maryland August is my baby. Town Pages is like what I attempted to make for Yowie Jam last year. That I have a finished script, but I just haven't finished it anyway. But like, so I submitted the script to them, and they told me just like straight up like no one wants to read a video game. And I was just like, I literally came here because you guys read books, and that's why I was looking for your opinion. And they were just like so dismissive, and they were like, they basically told me like, this isn't how you make games. And I was like, no, I've already made games. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, how, you know, like you can't just take this to like a programmer. And I was like, no, I program it myself. And they were just like,
I do all of it, sir, or madam.
Like, it's already done. Like, I don't know. It's just like, they're so like, it's like they don't understand, and they think that you don't know what you're talking about. And so like, they just, it's just frustrating.
In that setting too, there's a lot of like bandwagon mentality where like, I've been in like a workshop where it was regular prose, but like I wrote something and the teacher didn't like it, so the rest of the students were like, yeah, this is ass, bro. But then like when I got their feedback, like on the paper themselves that they did the night before, it was all like, oh, this is really good, but the teacher was like, this is ass. So they're like, yeah, this could have been done better, blah blah blah. And I'm like, who the fuck are you people? Like, show me your fucking best-selling novel before you come at me. Like, everyone's always trying to clown everyone and like one up each other. It's like a workshop. Relax. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. But anyway.
Well, it's like, and people don't know how to give critique.
Yeah.
Like, I will
God.
not accept critique from someone who doesn't say at least one positive thing. because
Yeah.
there is like, I mean, she try. I have read stuff written by people where I had to struggle to find a positive thing, but you find one. You compliment sandwich. You tell them what they're doing right, and you tell them what you think they're doing wrong, so they know both. And also, like, it shows you actually paid attention. You weren't just like clowning on their work, like it shows, hey, oh, I thought this was really good, maybe work on this, but it shows you actually like read what the fuck you
And
were
you
reading
thought about it.
and you thought about it. Like, oh my god, I knew a guy in college. This is gonna be great. Speaking of critique, I got reminded of this like immediately. This may be off topic, I don't know. I knew this guy in college, and he had written a book. And it's really important to note that among this particular group of dudes, like, there was a few, they were very typical, like, made fun of in high school and probably deserved it kind of geek dudes,
Yeah.
where you're just like, oh my god, people don't understand me because, I'm too smart. And it's like, no, you're a douchebag. Like, it's that kind of dude.
Mhm.
It's a very specific dude. People who are femme presenting have met this dude.
Yeah.
Um,
The gatekeepers. Smile.
And so he had written a book, right? And so at this point, though, I think it's really important to remember, I was a freshman in college. I had been an editor at my high school's literary magazine.
Mhm.
Like, I had been published in that magazine and another magazine that was like a separate thing that was like for young writers. Like, I was technically a published writer at this point. Not like in like super advanced stuff, but like I was technically a published writer. And I had been working as an editor for like my fellow engineering students because none of them knew how to write. And so I was like, okay, give me your papers, I'll proofread them. Okay, bad, fix that grammar shit there. Okay, cool, give me money. So he had written this book, and he was like, he had brought it to the cafeteria. This wasn't the guys who hung out with the most, but he brought it to the cafeteria and was like, hey guys, I finished my book, and he had in this binder, and which is fine, that's fine. And he drops on the table, and all the guys are like reading it. And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, this is really great. This is super great."
Oh my god, Ash, I know what's about to happen.
And I was like, "Oh my god, hey, can I read it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess if you'll understand it." He's like, "Yeah, I guess
you can read it,
if you'll
woman.
understand it."
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Cool." And I read it, and it was
There's about to be
bad.
blood.
Oh, it was bad.
If you can understand this.
It was just like, so he used no contractions. And this is important because that meant every single line, even like narration line, wasn't I didn't see it coming. It was, I did not see it coming.
Oh my
It
god.
was it was stilted, and it lacked no flow. It was written by like a fucking it was written like a biochem textbook, and like all the dialogue was like these dragons talking to one another.
And you
and, like,
would not understand that, Ash. It's dragons talking.
And like all these dragons were like talking to one another, and they were just like, I am blah 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 blah. It was all this exposition dumping. Like, it was so bad.
Rule number one.
And I was
Love
like,
to see your Spyro fanfic.
right? And I was like, well, okay, I like the concept of like these dragons, but I feel like the dialogue is a little bit stilted. I understand what you're going for, that they're these ancient, creatures and stuff, but like, I feel like you could definitely loosen it up a little bit. I think it'd show a lot more personality of the dragons. And, but I like this, but, I'm not really sure if this reads great. And I'm actually giving like legit critique, which I guess that was my first mistake. But
How
like,
dare
he's like,
you, a woman.
Did he
tell
ask
me
and he was
that
just
his
like,
writing is bad?
and he was just like, well, I mean, like, he just like faltered and was like, it's like, well, it's not quite done yet. It needs another editing pass. But like, I don't think you quite get it. And I was like, all right, cool, fuck off. I was like, fuck you, dude.
I don't
Fuck
think you understand.
dude. And this was okay. And this was like not the same dude, but now this reminds me of this again. It was another like dude in that same little set. And I had walked in. Okay, so are you guys familiar with Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov? Vladimir Nabokov?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I had actually just read that book like 2 summers before, maybe. Like, I just been like, I felt like it. I was like, oh, it's supposed to be a classic. I wonder what it's like. And I was like, wow, okay, weird book choice, but fine. So I walk into lunch at the cafeteria, And this dude, who's part of that same group of dudes, but a different dude, he's like,
Why
"Hey,
did you keep hanging out with them?
because I didn't want to. That was the thing. Like there was like this squad of like 3 guys who were friends with the people I was actually friends with, who were
Okay.
nice and cool and like super cool dudes. So it was like friend adjacent. And so I was starting to hang out with Adam, Rudy, and Kevin, and Fogel just kind of showed up sometimes. You know, like
Yeah.
and what's his face, like just showed up sometimes, and Jade B just showed up sometimes. And I was like, ugh. So this was Fogel. I remember this very distinctly being Fogel. Because this guy was such a douchebag. But he was like, "Hey, Ashley, have you ever heard of the book?" He's like, have you ever heard of the book Lolita? And I was like, "Oh yeah, by Vladimir Nabokov, the discussion of the Humbert, and I like rattled some shit off about it. Because I even already fucking knew what he was doing. I knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. I rattled, "Oh yeah, the book, featuring Humbert, blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Yeah. What, like he had no idea where to fucking go with that." And I'm like, I don't even know like what he was doing. Like the only thing I could think of is that what he was trying to do is
I
to
think
be
it's
like,
flirting.
I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do. Like
I think
thought,
it was ineptly flirting.
like, was it flirting? 'Cause, like
I
I've never
think
heard
it
that
is.
take.
Yeah,
I have never heard
yeah.
that take before, and 15 years later, that's
Really?
terrifying.
I
I have
think so,
never
yeah.
heard that. I have never heard someone suggest, because I've told the story before because it's funny to me.
Well,
Because at the time I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because I was just like, "Okay, so you're trying to get me in like a gotcha? Like, what are you?"
Well, he's trying to
like,
talk to you.
I don't know what he was doing, because like his whole attitude was just like, "Have you heard the book Lolita?" And like was very like condescending in a way.
Yeah.
And at the time I was like, "Are you trying to catch me in some kind of like gotcha to like explain what Lolita is? Were you trying to
gotcha,
like
dumb girl
were you
doesn't know
trying
what
to like
Lolita is.
scare me and be like, oh, there's this book about a pedophile?" It's like, yeah, I fucking know it's a book about a pedophile. I read it. Like, what do you want? It was so weird. But see, the flirting angle is very disturbing to me.
Well, in psychology I learned that sometimes guys will present themselves as better than you to flirt because it shows they can provide for you or whatever. Like, I'm better.
There you go.
It's
Such
like some
bullshit.
weird fucking thing. I don't know.
I
Like,
don't know what the fuck that is. I can
Yeah.
imagine that's never worked on me because that shit doesn't fly. If I am not the smartest person in the room, we're gonna have a problem. Someone's getting kicked out. Like,
sorry, sir.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hawkins. You know, if he was alive.
You
I'm sorry,
gotta go.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tyson. You're gonna have to leave.
You gotta leave. Sorry.
You gotta leave. The flirting angle is terrifying on hindsight, honestly.
I mean, that's just like my take, because I feel like I've gotten that very similar sort of like
Chat,
interaction
what do
where
you
you're just
guys
sort of
think?
thinking like, what the fuck are you doing? And like them being just so like aggressively rude.
It's
Definitely.
very.
I am very bitter, so I always assume. I mean, this is really bad, but I always assume if it's a man saying it, it's like trying to talk down to me. And I know it's not like the right mindset, but I've just been in so many situations where it's like some guy trying to clown me, like, for
How
what?
can you not? When it happens all the time, how can you not? And like I feel like I'm in a very weird situation in that being like a big person and like I'm fat, like, and there's a lot of associations of like fat being dumb, like it's particularly with women, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like there's that association. It's like, oh, if you're fat, that means you're like some kind of dumb idiot, and then that's even worse. And like with dudes, it's like, oh, they're just Homer Simpson. That's what's it's more like, oh, they're dumb, but it's fun dumb. But then they also kind of they can also kind of squeak into a professor type. But if like you're a femme presenting person and you're dumb and like you're fat, it's like, oh, well then you must be like dumb or something. Like that's an association that I think people don't realize that they have. But I have absolutely like gotten that from people, and I'll be like, really? You think I'm stupid? Fuck you. I'm a member of goddamn Mensa. Fuck off. Like, and so I get like
goddamn.
no, like seriously, I joined Mensa just to be able to fucking say that to people because I get really up on my hackles about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I was a kid, I was always praised for being smart. And so it's like a gifted kid syndrome kind of thing, I guess.
And then you
Where
grow up and it's like,
it's like the one thing I always had. And so it's like it's the one thing I always had. So like if you assume I don't have it, I'm like, oh no, we're gonna have a discussion, friendo. Fuck off.
That's okay.
And then I went and joined Mensa just so I could be like, I'm a member of
Yeah.
Mensa. Fuck you.
Fuck you guys.
I haven't. I was like 10 years ago at this point. 12 years
Well,
ago?
I think that you're super smart, and I, honest to
Thank you.
God, will say that I could not have gotten as far in game development without your help, Ash. So
I'm sorry, guys. I rambled all over all of y'all. I apologize.
it's okay.
I got really heated there for a minute.
No,
We
I
appreciate you.
I fucking understand.
Yeah, it's good. I love it either way.
Caramel
Just over
is
here
still
absorbing
alive. Love that.
everything.
Love
my God,
that.
I
He's
have
still
so-
alive.
Man, I have so many stories about those douchebags in college. If you ever have more like time, we're just like chilling out. I'll tell them.
I have so many too, but like just when I'm going to like conventions with games.
Yeah.
Or like my friend the other day, Smile, who might be. No, just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah,
that
Why
thing,
would he
yeah.
watch my?
Yeah, we already know. We already know.
I already know that
Throw
story.
the whole
Yeah.
man out. Chat question.
Oh yeah.
Would you be embarrassed to play my game Battle Royale for your heart? Yes or no? I'm just curious. There's a lot of guys who played it on their streams and seemed like super into it because the game demo
Good.
is not overly flirtatious or romantic. There's not really any. There's like one or two.
Why
flirty
do
lines in the
people
whole
get
thing.
so like nervous about like romance?
You know what? I think it's the
Sorry.
patriarchy.
And there's a fucking wolf in there too, so they're also
There
like,
you go.
furries.
If you're
Oh,
furry,
no.
You know, I honestly think it's just one of those things where I think men and boys are Dark's like I would say no
Dark,
since they already played it.
Dark played on stream this morning, and Dark's husband was there too, and also enjoyed
Aw.
it. So thank
Good.
you.
I
Men
think
can
a lot
play
of-
it.
I think a lot of men and masculine people are socialized to not like romance, like or to not
Openly,
show
like,
that they like romance, which is why I think like the visual novel, like the gal games, I think those end up being popular is because like it's a safe way of experiencing romance
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
dudes who feel like they haven't been allowed to. But for some reason that doesn't translate into for some reason that doesn't always translate to like an otome or something. Like
right?
because
So,
I
like,
think
from the other
yeah.
perspective,
because gal games still kind of fall into like I guess your typical male-centric VN tends to fall still within like it's romance, but I'm like subjugating her, so it's fine. Like that kind of thing. Like there's still a
Yeah.
very, very specific power dynamic in a lot of those games. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot of like mainstream male-centric visual novels. Like they're a safe way to experience romance while still like technically being like, well, but I'm chasing her, so it's still like the same thing. It's still like, you know what I mean? Like it's still.
yeah.
Fine, which is why
And
I think
if it's like inverted, it's like played as like being fucked up.
yeah, and it's like no, girls are allowed to chase boys, or boys are allowed to chase boys, and girls are allowed to chase girls. Like,
And it's okay, and you don't have to feel like a freak.
right?
Own
Exactly.
your feelings, love who you love. And we're all chill here,
Exactly.
Speaking of boys chasing boys and girls chasing girls, did you know that Hayden and Atch have lots of LGBTQ games?
I feel like I can speak for Hayden on this as well, but our games are queer as fuck.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty gay. I have 2 certified straight games. If you're,
Certified. They're certified straight guys.
I mean, I technically have one game that you can be straight if you choose.
But only
You
if
can choose. You can choose to be
choose to
straight.
not be gay.
Choose to be
Yeah.
not, yeah. And my other games, like my other like Center of the Universe and like If Had to Perish Twice, are not very romantic. Like there's a little bit of I wrote some in there with Zoe.
I love though when
because,
like Center
like-
of the Universe has that like underlying queer feeling without it. You know what? It just feels queer, and I love it.
I think it's because that was not intentional, but it just kind of comes out.
Yeah.
It just kind of comes out. It's
Kill the
please.
Prince that
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier. It is secret. I mean, it's not even a secret. It's gay and like it's got a happy ending. So like, if you're worried about actually killing the prince, do not worry. And also there might be some like boyfriends. So you know.
Mhm.
I
I do love Kill the Prince. Okay, you know what? I was gonna say the D stands for demon might be a little bit straight, but then I realized that no,
No, not straight.
because in my next drafts, I really kind of played up Stella's like kind of bisexual angle a little bit. She's also ace, like she's ace for one, but then I also kind of played up her biromantic a little bit in one of the second drafts of that game. So when that comes out, that'll be a little more queer than when it started.
When the D comes out, we're having a big fucking Discord party.
Oh,
Like,
when the D comes out, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pop in bottles. God, I gotta finish that game.
When the D comes out, can we serve the tea? Can we serve tea?
yeah.
Because D,
Exactly.
tea, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something like funny. We can have donuts. We can have a
Oh.
dinner
Ooh, a dinner of donuts and dancing.
and dancing and
I'm all for a
Dove.
virtual launch party.
Denny's.
Mm.
Denny's.
We each go to
Maybe-
our respective Denny's with our webcams.
I really want to put it out this year. Like it's been on my plate for so long now, and
Oh.
I'm just it's the thing is it's so close to being done. Like the writing is all done. I'm at that stage now where I'm trying to like shift, you know, the writing into place and like getting all the flags to set and all that kind of good stuff. And so once that's all done, then it's a matter of finishing up the assets, which is like, okay, oh god, good, I gotta finish the assets. But really it's just finishing up the assets. And not even like all the sprites. I haven't finished all of Stella's sprites yet. But like all the sprites are lined. I gotta do they have line and flat color at least. The main love interest sprites are all done. But then implementing the voice, which isn't that bad in this game because it's partial voice acting. And so like I feel like I'm at the 70% mark.
So
It's
this is what you
just
have
that
to do.
last 30%.
After Nano, no
Yeah.
more game jams. Rein
My
it
plan
in. Rein it in. no more game jams.
my plan right now is I have to work on working on my Only Sunshine.
Oh, that's true.
My
You are working
my
on other
part of my Only
projects.
Sunshine. Which is just like what I have to do for my Only Sunshine is all audio stuff. Like so it's just like it's not a lot, it's just tedious. It's time consuming.
Yeah.
And it's like select mark, edit, select mark.
This is why I
and then-
hired Ash to do it for me in my game.
And then so my plan for February is to like keep working on my Only Sunshine, work on my other day job stuff, and then like keep working on the D. You know, last week of take some time the end of February to like plan for my Nano game. March Nano, April right back to the D. Because like I've been working on the D, like little by little. It's just
Good.
like God, it's a lot. It's a fucking lot.
Then we can play the full game on stream.
Hell yeah, not just the demo.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
The
Hell.
demo though. I remember being emotionally invested in it. And someone doing heart surgery for Caramel. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Good old
Yeah, you
days.
trusted Chris. You trusted Chris with your.
I
You said, "Oh, I trust Chris."
forgot.
with your
Open heart
on me."
surgery.
We've been
Yeah.
doing this for a while, chat. Before I even really streamed on Twitch like consistently. We even streamed on YouTube a little bit before I started my whole Fortnite stuff on Twitch. It's been like 5 years. That's so cute.
Oh,
Wholesome.
happy anniversary.
I don't know when our anniversary is, but it's some month. I don't know. But 5 years. Hayden, side note. Are you still free in February to help me make a GUI for Secret
Absolutely.
Unsung?
Yes.
Appreciate it. I was gonna hit up Shy about it soon because I already have the script written. Like, there's no reason I can't start programming. And all the sprites are done. I'm just lazy. So I guess I'm gonna have a game out in February, I guess, or March or something. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Something.
I think after I finish Hard as Muscle, I don't know, man. I think I'm just gonna like relax.
Yes, take a break.
Yeah.
I remember after Winter Jam, I was like, I don't even want to look at another fucking visual novel ever again. I was done. I was fucking done because I just did So in Love, right? And then, like, we just finished, like, and the next day I was like, all right, guys, Christmas in Marisol Bay, let's go. And that one we just made it too, and I'm like, yeah, never again. Don't do 2 jams 1 month after the other. I don't know how
No.
you guys do it, but I cannot. I was burnt
Well,
out.
like there was Yali
My
Jam.
trick is I just never finish on time.
Oh, true. That's my doggo. I am just that it stresses me out because like when I do jams, I work in a team, so it's like I have to. Sometimes I wish I could do stuff on my own and then I could just kind of knock it all out, but then I have to like rely on other people. Now I'm good at like picking good team members, which I'm really happy for. Why my last few jam games have been really good in terms of like production time and stuff. But like I remember my first Yao jam, like I started writing the script. I had 2 writers. The second writer like ruined all the stuff that I wrote and I had to rewrite everything. And then the person who's like programming was like, yeah, I got you, and never programmed the game. It was like a good game concept that I still really like. It's like a reverse isekai kind of thing. But anyway, never got through with it. And the artist drew like 50 expressions for like one of the characters. Like the guy had literally 50 expressions and I was like, yo, this is lit. But the programmer dropped out. And if you don't pay your work, it's harder for them to like stay on your project. And I'm bad at programming. I'm learning, but like I don't ever want to program a GUI in my life. Sorry, that looks like so much work. So, that being said.
Well, like if it had Perish Twice, like that's the first time I've ever had a team ever.
Do you
And-
what do you prefer, or how?
Okay, so what was nice about If It Had to Perish Twice was I didn't have to do all the shit.
Yeah.
Like I could just be like, hey Yoshi, would you be a deer and do these sprites for me? And Yoshi was like, yeah, cool, done. And I could go to Jazzy and be like, hey Jazzy, can you give these backgrounds? And they're like, yeah, fuck, here you go. And then when I was like, hey Jazzy, do you think you'd be able to do a map for me too? They're like, yeah, totally, bitch, let's do this. Psh. Only they'd say it that way, obviously. So like I really liked that aspect of it, being able to just be like, okay, I don't have to do these things. But it also stressed me out because I was like, oh my god, am I going to get my assets in time? Like,
yeah.
it delivered perfectly on time, but I was sitting there like, oh my god, because like I think Yoshi got caught with something, and so like the last sprite was a little bit behind. Not like it was. I mean, it was on time, but I mean, like it was like
enough
and
to
so-
stress you out.
Yeah, and so I was just like sitting there like, and so like not having that control over all my assets, especially with the voice acting, like, and that too, it was just like,
Oh yeah, because you had a director too,
because
right?
Ben directed for me, and I was just like,
I don't even bother with the director.
and so like it was really, it was very stressful in that regard, of like, you know, like I can't assets. So like I don't know if a jam I would do it again, honestly, because I really like having control over everything.
Yeah.
Like being able to like just kind of do everything on my own pace and being able to like not feel like I'm imposing on anybody was really great. If I ever work with a team again, I want it to be in a situation where I'm paying them. So
Yes.
that way I can be like, look, I am paying you this money.
You better do
need
your
to
work
give me my
on
shit by this
time.
day. But no, like seriously, because that's the thing with a jam, is like everyone's volunteering their time.
Mhm.
And so it's like I don't really want to be like,
Oh, that's why I never asked for
No.
more than like. So like when we did Christmas at Marisol Bay, like Lainey offered like to do like extra outfits for them, and I was like, if you want to, if you have time. I'm not gonna sit
Oh.
here and be like, add extra outfits. I'll just pretend that Kyra was wearing the same black shirt for the whole thing. I don't mind.
well, that's what I asked like Yoshi when we did it. I was like, Yoshi, how many sprites could you do?
Yeah.
Like that's how many we'll do, and I'll write the story around it. You know, so there's like sprites I would have liked, but it didn't include.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want Yoshi to have so much work, which is a thing. Like that's a thing. If I had done it myself, I would have just made myself find the time to throw in the 5th sprite or the 6th sprite or 7th sprite or whatever. So like that's the other thing where it's like if it's just me controlling it, like I'll run myself ragged. Like, you know, like I'll make myself get that 6 fucking Sprite out, you know, or whatever, if need be. So if I ever do a team again, I wouldn't mind working with an artist again. Like, it was nice to not have to do it and have somebody else's style on it. Like, that's the thing. But like, if I ever do a team again, I'm gonna like pay them, and it'd be like more of a contract situation. Like,
Yeah.
hello, I would like this, and I'd have everything like really, really ready to go. I'd have the GDD all done, and it'd be like,
Even
hello,
that
I
can get
need.
dicey
Yeah.
with
I
certain
would-
people. Can confirm.
Well, yeah, that's why that'd be good for me though, because if I was gonna do a team again, it would be like, okay, look, I need 6 backgrounds. How much would you charge for 6 backgrounds? This much money, cool. Contract, write it up. That way, it's on paper.
Yeah.
You
I should
know,
be
it's on
prepared next
paper.
time.
It's ready to go. And if they fall through, well, then I don't pay them. You know, or I
True,
don't pay
yeah.
them. You know, or pay half up front. You know, and okay, yeah, I'm out. However much my half up front would be. But hey, at least it's contractual.
Yeah.
And I can be like, hey, I need this by this certain time. People take it more seriously. They're paying the money, hopefully.
Yeah, no. For mostly, yeah. I would say for most of the people I've hired, I've had a good experience.
Right. I would just feel better about asking them for 6 backgrounds if I was paying them for 6 backgrounds. You know what I mean?
I also like the idea of working with the same people again. Like, I would keep our team for Battle Royale for your heart for my next game, to be honest. What's up,
Dahlia?
Emily? Welcome.
Dahlia
is the
best. I love Dahlia.
Have
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys ever
dog?
had experience with like I don't know, like teammates like kind of like shit talking you about, and like I don't know, not shit
Behind your
talking
back
you,
or to
behind like the project. Sort
Not
of
that
like,
I'm
that
not
they're
that I'm
like
aware of.
embarrassed that they were.
yes, but like to
Okay.
my face. No, like to my face during. Okay, so for Nano, the first Nano that I did was like I think 2018. I did Imre's Curse. Me and the programmer clashed so hard. It was not Urine. It was someone else. And we clashed so hard. Like, I was arguing with him in like the chat every single time. And so I already had my guard up because every time he said something, it was something like arguing with me. And like trying to like take control of my project. And like always
Mhm.
holding it over my head that like he's coding the game or whatever. And so like
Oh,
it
what
got
the
so
fuck?
petty to the point where it was like he's like asking to be like credited for like something, and I was like, that's fine, but like if you want, like I guess you know, I might as well put I coded some of the game as well, sir, like since you want to be credited for like every single little detail. But it's like I understand wanting to be credited for your work, but it was like really mundane things. Like let's say you helped edit like a sentence or whatever, and now he's like, I'm an editor of the game. It's like, no, you just fixed one sentence, or like you didn't edit the script. But then also he just had like a really headstrong attitude where he just wanted to argue with me all the time. And I just get really angry. Like I think Hayden, you can confirm because you worked with me in Christmas at Marisol Bay. It was fine, right? I wasn't like
Yeah.
super
was real chill.
demanding.
No.
Yeah, it was real chill. But with you can ask Dahlia during that Nano, I was like that shit. Like I was just so angry at this guy. I was arguing with him all the time.
Oof.
And he was like talking shit to me. Like, then I found you and I held on and didn't let go. Because that first guy was terrible. I was like, sir, this is my first game jam. I'm baby. We did accomplish a good game and he did good work. But I could have done without the fucking attitude. That just makes me angry. But anyway.
I
Yeah.
don't. If anyone's talked shit about me behind my back, I don't know about it. So
Okay.
like
No,
all the
it's
voice,
just-
it's like okay, go on. Sorry.
Because I had all names will remain obviously anonymous,
Right.
but like I had a teammate who we sort of like worked in one server, and then like we were both just happened to be mutual members of another server, and I don't think they realized that I was in that other server because
Oh
like
no.
Yeah. and that was more of like a general game development area, and they were basically like sort of being like, you know, I'm like, this is a shitty game and I'm embarrassed to be working on it. And I was just like I was just thinking
Wait,
like,
they
why
said they were embarrassed to work on that game?
Yeah,
So why didn't they just drop out of the fucking project?
that's what I was thinking. And also, like, they were the one that was like tripling the length of the development. Like, I had been pushing to publish for like the last 3 months, and they, anyway. But like, it was so frustrating. And then like, we had, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna say that like I'll talk, but just like, anyway. Like, we had voice acting in the game, and this teammate lost all of the files of the voice actor's lines.
Okay, how do you accomplish that? Like, they don't send it to you on Twitter or Gmail?
It was.
You can
It
just
was
download.
sent.
Like,
It
how
was
the fuck-
sent, and then the original actor, of course, they have like they were doing this free for us, so I was just like, oh my god, I was so thankful to them. And of course, they have a lot of lines, so they delete them after like a month or two.
Yeah.
And we had downloaded the lines, and this teammate deleted them.
See, that's why I hold on to everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
if I
feel
voice
a
in
little-
something, like if I voice in something, like I don't delete that shit for a good year. Like I won't delete it
Okay.
for a while.
I feel really bad because they were already doing it out of the goodness of their heart. And
Oh, I
was
thought
just-
you meant like your teammate like purposely lost it, and they were like, I misunderstood all of that.
I don't
That's
think
why I
it was
got
on
extra
purpose.
mad because I was like, how do you not have like
No, the
files?
teammate did lose it. The teammate
but,
did lose
like-
it.
Absolutely
how-
lost it, but
But then it was. But what Hayden is saying, and Hayden, correct me, is that the teammate lost all the files,
Uh-huh.
and then Hayden couldn't even go back to the voice actors and be like, "Hey, can you resend them?"
Oh.
Because the voice actors had already started deleting the files because it had
Yeah.
been a while.
yeah.
I had something similar with Snowdrop, but thankfully.
Like I said,
They
again,
were
that's
very
why I
nice.
don't like delete my files in case a director's like, "Oh."
Because I will lose my files, but it's like also, if it's for a jam, I'm not gonna lose my file if I'm with the team. Like if I'm responsible for it, me, I'll just leave it. I'm very disorganized. I'll come back 2 years. I'll fucking come back 2 years later. Clearly, Secrets Untold 4 years later, and be like, "Hi." I literally hit up Callista's voice actor and was like, "Yeah, so like I have these lines, but they kind of, I don't have your lines from 4 years ago. Do you want to maybe re-record?"
Aw.
But if they
Oof.
say, like, I ask in a way where it's like, you don't have to if you don't want to, and I'll just replace them. Because I already wrote Secrets Untold around the voice lines that I had already. I'm never doing that again.
I sort of I would like to. I think in the future, like maybe try making a game with voice acting, but I'm just so like embarrassed that I'm just like, oh my god,
Why?
they're
just,
gonna.
just make a casting call or whatever, and then they'll all
Just
be
have
like,
have
hey,
me do it. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
have Ash
well, then,
do
yeah.
it.
There you go.
I mean, like, I mean, it depends if you're paying them or not. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm. For jams,
Like,
I can help you. I don't
yeah,
mind.
like there's the thing with voice actors. Like, never expect a voice actor to do work for free ever. Like, ever. But like, sometimes they're like, hey, I have a project going. It's not a commercial project. I'm not making any money on it. If you'd like to be involved, there's no pay, but I hope it comes out well.
Well, that's
blah,
why
blah,
I put it like I'll put a casting call generally and be like, if you want, just hit me up, and then the people who are interested can apply to it. So it's less pressure. You don't have to go to someone's DM and be like, maybe you could work with me because I kind of like your voice.
blah. Right. Because like, I mean, like, if like it's the okay, here's a casting call. Every actor is going to make a decision about like, okay, is the quality of this project worth it to not get paid? How much work would I have to do? Am I willing to volunteer my time? What's my schedule look like? And every actor makes their own decision in that regard. Like it's there's a lot of actors who are like I limit. I don't do any paid. I do very little unpaid work anymore because I have so much other shit to do
Mhm.
that I can't. I don't have the time
Yeah.
because I have to prioritize paid work and like pay my bills and shit. Like I did Christmas in Marisol Bay for free because
Mhm.
it was like 5 lines and Honest my friend. And I got to be Ryan's wife, which was very funny when he messaged
Best
me and was
mom
like, "Oh my
voice.
god, you're my wife." And I was like,
The
"What?"
two of you had such. You guys didn't even record together, but the chemistry felt like you two were in the same room talking to each other.
It's 'cause we're biffs, that's why.
So good.
So yeah, like, but every actor will make like their decision, like, okay, is this worth it to me or not? And like, yeah,
Right.
there's actors at like a certain level who are going to be like,
Mhm.
you know, I want the resume build, or I just like acting. I like acting. Like I just like acting. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, a friend's doing a game. Or like if Anna asks me to do something, I'll be like, yeah, bitch. You know, or if my friend Sissel like messages me, it's like, hey, you want to be a voice in my game? I'm like, yeah, bitch. You know, like there are people who they can reach out to me and be like, hey, would you be willing to do one line for my game? I'd be like, give it to me. Give me the line. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
I
also
think it
never
was more
ask.
it's more of like I'm embarrassed of how badly like the first run through was, that I was just like, I kind of want to make sure that like I
Oh.
have my ducks in a line.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll help you with that when we do Nano. So like
Okay,
we can do it together so that it won't be the next
that'll
time.
be nice.
So
Sort of a
See,
next
learning
time you don't feel
oh.
bad about it, because there's a way to handle it. And I feel
Right.
like, but also, you know, voice actors on Twitter. Not all of you. So we don't have to get onto that on stream, but
I typically don't like adding voices for Jam James for Nano. And I was actually probably gonna do the same thing with Nano that I did with Center of the Universe, where I made it like paid for like, or I made it like free for like a week, but then like made it 99 cents. But like now I'm wondering about adding voice acting to it, and
well,
like
you
if I add
did
voice acting to it,
directing, right?
it would. What?
Would you do directing again? Like
I
have
don't
someone
know.
directed?
It's difficult.
That's the problem.
For Nano, like for Nano, I wouldn't do directing. I would just be like, hey, send me your lines. But like that's the thing. It's like you have to kind of decide, because it's like if I do a free game and like non-commercial, I'm not making any money. They're not making any money. No one's making any money. I could be like, hey, I'm not making any money on this game. If you want me involved for free, here it is. But then I can't charge for it.
Yeah, yeah,
and it's
that's
like,
my issue too.
and that like that's kind of the thing. And I can't, but I wouldn't, like ethically.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But the Nano, it's weird to charge for a Nano game anyway. So I don't know. I use Center of the Universe as kind of my exploratory, actually charging for a game. And I got a lot of hits on it being a quote unquote commercial game, because it got flagged by a bunch of like, especially doing a sale, it got flagged by a bunch of like limited time sale like bots.
Yeah.
But I haven't really been able to like convert it into actual sales very easily. So I don't know if it's worth it or not. I don't know if it's worth it for these jam games to actually charge money for them. Like,
well, we were thinking about taking Summer at Marisol Bay and then adding in another character, right? And then like adding in more scenes and then making it commercial, but still keeping the free version that we did during the jam. But then I still feel like I'd have to go back and pay the actors for like.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have to pay for like the back audio as well, and then the current audio. Like,
I mean, it's tricky. Like that's a very tricky ethical situation, where like for that situation, like you would almost want to make the additional stuff DLC, and then like just pay for the people in the DLC. But then that's still kind of weird. Like
maybe I should have them just re-record new stuff altogether. Then I'll just pay. I don't know. I'll think about it when it comes. After Battle Royale for Your Heart, which you come back on Kickstarter right now. And then we have to pick a day when we can play it. I'll play it twice on stream because I want to play with my Battle Royale friends, and I want to play with you guys. With the visual novel side, so that my chat can see both sides of it. Because I did have it played by... So everyone who's played it, like, this week has been, like, someone who's, like, either really open-minded or, like... has experience playing visual novels, but one person didn't, and they were really chill about it. But I guess their chat was just not about our game, and they were like picking on like the writing of the game, specifically like the way the main character, who is a default noob player, by the way, guys, noob, didn't know what like how to play the game, and they were like, but they're pulling apart like every little thing where it was like, the noob doesn't know what a loading screen is. Yeah, that's a joke because he's a noob, right? But then
they didn't get it,
like,
I guess.
Yeah, but then that was like funny, right? But then later it's like the stream. They mention watching the streamer, but how do they not know about the game if like, you know, they're watching the streamer? And they were like going like hardcore into it, And then like anytime the character said anything, they were like, oh, this story is dragging on so much. But like they had a comment for like everything to the point where like it was like influencing like what the streamer was doing when they were playing it. And I was like, you didn't even like read this, like you're not even giving it a chance. But like I guess it's for someone who doesn't play visual novels. I think they were really just offended because they were the kind of people I was making fun of in the game, but like because his first thing was like, what is this, an LOL I make fun of video games game? I was like, it's not really that, not that hardcore. I'm just making a joke. If you read the description, sir, you would understand that my jokes are made out of love for the gaming community. Smile. Anyway, not everyone's your audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miko had that whole presentation about it.
I missed all of that. I left like 2 talks after your talk, Ash.
I know.
I was like, sorry, I can't sit through all of this. I will watch the ones that seem interesting later, but like, yours was killer.
Oh yeah, thanks. I sweated it the whole time.
Everyone liked it. They had like tons of questions.
Yeah, I didn't even know how to answer some of them. I was like, ooh.
And it's a hard topic to go through.
Wish I had more time.
Well, that's why you should stream into your own talks. You can talk for as long as you want.
Wahehehe.
Yay! We have to pick a date. So I'll message you guys about it soon when we can play Battle Royale for Your Heart.
Okay.
Probably
Okay.
next week or
Super
the week
fun.
after.
My birthday's the 10th.
Oh!
Ooh.
Happy almost birthday.
Thank you.
We'll do it after your birthday.
Okay.
Because our thing runs until the 24th, so I'll just be like, hey guys, remember I have a Kickstarter? Don't forget! And I'm gonna shill Ash. I'm gonna use Ash to my advantage and be like, yeah, the voice director is gonna be at
Yeah,
our
totally there.
stream.
We'll totally talk about like all like the how voice acting works and stuff.
I think it would just be good for my chat. I think my chat would actually like that. To just watch you guys play it.
Can I don't. You can say no, but can we play one of my games on my birthday?
Yes!
Yeah.
Of course.
That's perfect.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Ash, when you were not here when we played VN, so we played Nightshade for like
Oh yeah.
15 minutes. I'm not gonna say anything on my stream. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it's my stream. We played for 15 minutes, so like, and they got $60,000 for their game, and it was 15 minutes, and my gameplay is 3 hours.
Wait, the game was only 15 minutes?
The whole
Yeah.
demo was 15 minutes, and there was literally all exposition, and like, it was just, I feel like it was hard for me to get through, but the art is hot, right? So whatever. You didn't meet any of the love interests, like not.
God, you gotta meet. Oh man, there needs to be. Someone needs to do
didn't-
a conf about making a better demo because, like, I have played so many demos. Keep going. Sorry, I almost got. I was getting real close. to
You're
getting-
good. Like, I was not happy with the demo. I don't think any of us were. I won't talk for my co, but I was not happy with how short it was because I feel like we barely learned anything about it. And for me personally, I feel as if the writing was not strong. But we all know I'm super overcritical, so you know, whatever. But the art was really good.
I gave my critiques at the time.
Yeah. So.
And I try not to be like super like, I don't know.
Well, I
I
told
always
Chad if they
mean-
liked the game, they could
mean,
back
yeah.
it on Kickstarter. I'm not gonna be like, hey, but I'm also not gonna lie to my chat and be like, this. Clearly, people like it, right? Because they
See-
made $60,000.
See, that's me. Anytime we do something for VN Game Den, and like I'm writing something up, and I play a game that I know a lot of people like really, really like or whatever, and I play it, and I'm like, why?
Just don't like the game.
I never know like what to do with that. And so I just try to be as honest as fucking possible in my review of like,
Yeah.
I did this well, but I don't know what the fuck this is about. And then yeah, like Yags, that was what Yags was. I wrote it, so I really shouldn't like shy away from talking about it, but like yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone is like, everything should be good all the time. It's like, whatever. But I think, you know, they made their money from their art. But I will stand by that decision. by saying that, but we only played like 15 minutes of it, and I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, you can ask chat. I was like, are you fucking serious? What is this, 15 minutes? My extended demo, look how many times I put off the Kickstarter just so we could get the extended demo out so they would have something to play. And like, guess I don't have dudes giving each other blowjobs in the bathroom, so there's my
yeah, that'll do it.
60,000 there's my
That'll do
60,000
it.
budget. But anyway,
That's what you should have had. You should have had
you're
dudes. You should have had. You should have had midnight. You should have had midnight getting a handy in the park. Like,
True. Fucking in the battle elevator. Oh, anyway.
oh my god, you were sold. You would have a $100,000 Kickstarter right there. You would have met all your stretch goals.
Right now I'm like stressing out how to reach it, but anyway.
Ugh.
It's like we played for 15 minutes and then the point of the story, I got off topic. The point of the story is we played a Bog's Heart on stream. And Caramel played the dog. He was
I love the dog.
Oh,
yelling
I
at
loved it.
us the entire time.
Love the dog.
Angry dog. But we played that one and I really liked it. Because we didn't have a game to play after that. We were like, we didn't fucking plan for this to be 15 minutes. And
A Bog's
Hayden's
Heart.
like, hey, I got a game. I was like, lit. Perfect.
Which
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Let me pull out my list.
Pick one.
Yeah. What should we play on your birthday? What about NB whatever NB2?
Oh, actually, okay, if I can be honest, NB 107A is like the sacrificial lamb on the Unity altar. It's
Oh.
bad. Like, it's okay, but it's not like, it is me wrestling, but not like naked mud wrestling with Unity. It's not sexy yet. We're still like clothed wrestling. I'm still clothed wrestling with Unity. And so it's like, can we not play NB 107A?
It's your
'Cause I don't
birthday.
like
You,
it.
No, of
you
course
pick
not.
and we'll play. You just tell us. You
Oh
send
my
us the
God.
link. This is what I do with Caramel. I just send him the link, and he's like, "I bet I'm ready." That's it.
Yeah, I'm always down for whatever because I know at the end of the day I'm always still gonna have a blast with it.
I just send him whatever.
Okay, I'm thinking.
You have time. You can think about it. Whatever
Yeah.
you want. We can play whatever you want.
Okay, maybe Elvine.
Do it. We'll do it. Great.
I might actually try to rewrite it before like my birthday. We'll see.
What? 2 weeks.
Wait, weren't we also supposed to have a day where we play our oldest game?
Well, that is my oldest game.
That's real. But like
So I
we were
thought
gonna
that
make
might-
fun of each other's games, you know? We still
Yeah,
have to do that. One
I
day.
just like I kind of want to rewrite it.
Before the 10th?
Yeah.
Don't do
I don't
that.
know.
Hayden, don't do
Okay.
that.
All
We'll
do
right.
that.
make fun of you.
If
to
we
your
if we
face.
play it, like we're gonna play it.
Okay. All right.
We all have our bad games. Mine was
Okay. We'll play it, but
original
just please
Super
imagine
Puzzle.
me, but I'm like, a soft baby 21-year-old who's so excited about their little game and they're like,
Aw.
play my game. So, we'll do it
That's
that way,
cute.
maybe.
That's
Incredible.
You heard it here, chat. Be here on the 10th.
Is that the day of the 10th? For
Yeah.
okay, I can't
For
do
Hi-
Wednesdays.
Hayden.
Show
I
up
can't. It's
February-
Wednesday's a 10th. 10th is a Wednesday. I can't. We can figure out schedules. I can't do Wednesdays.
Okay, how about the 9th? That's
I can
also
do the
Tuesday.
Yeah,
I can do
sounds
the
good.
ninth.
Alrighty.
I
So
don't
far, I
have
can do the
anything
night.
to do with any ever, so I'm
Chat,
allowed to.
show up on the 9th to see a man's leg get chopped off for like
Excellent.
I'm for birthday
medically
celebration.
unsound reasons.
Yay.
Excellent.
This
I put it in my
Friday,
calendar.
chat, come to
It's in my
play
calendar.
Battle Royale for your heart for the first time, then I'll play it again. I know you guys are tired of hearing it, but oh well, we're not gonna stop talking about it for the whole month. I've watched so many Let's Plays like that. I have the scenes like melted in my fucking brain where like I'm watching it again and I'm just like, please don't fucking pick Parker again, please. Please stop going to the cabin, please.
I wish
I've
people would
seen
let's
it
play my
all.
games. How do I get let's players play my
Well,
games?
Ash, the only reason it worked is because I really I emailed like 70 people and like I was non-stop marketing for a good while. I don't recommend it. Because I'm still writing down names to hit people up and be like, hi guys, don't forget I have a game. Because like the first day was good, right? Like yesterday, we have like $600 right now. Like that's pretty good, but I'm just scared
Yeah.
like the momentum's gonna go down.
Yeah, that can get really tricky.
And someone literally messaged me today, like the someone who had a good Kickstarter, I won't name names, and they were like, you should pace yourself, okay? Because Kickstarters are hard, and I was like, thank you, senpai. Please.
They are. I mean, because like you want to save your energy for like a mid Kickstarter boost.
Gotta plan things. I don't know. I
you
need
know.
some. I don't have any cards for the middle of the month to be like, hey guys, don't forget.
Because like if you front load it, people will be like, oh yeah, cool.
That's what I did. I don't have any plans. Oh, no.
Would you
Like,
like would you like some fan art?
You don't have to. I did.
No, I
I
mean,
mean,
like,
maybe we want to.
If you want
Yeah.
to, I always hate asking people to do things. If
sure.
then I
If
can
I get around to it, I'll fan art you. I'll throw you some fan art. Oh my god, I found
Yeah.
about this really cool game I just found out about.
I'm totally not working on it. I swear.
No, like you have to pace it out because if you front load it, people will be like, oh cool, Kickstarter, I'll back this at some point, and then like they forget,
Yeah.
and then so you have to like save it for halfway through. I find out about a lot of Kickstarters like a week before they end. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
crap, I should back this. Click, click.
Yes, I should. Work
It
on
is 11 o'clock at my time.
Yeah.
It's like midnight, and I need to be in
Oh
bed.
yeah, you
10
guys
minutes
got
ago.
you
Yeah,
guys
same.
got work and stuff. Alright, GG's. Thanks for letting us play your game, I appreciate
Yeah.
Okay. Yay.
It was
I'm so
good.
sorry it broke your heart, Caramel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you for hurting me.
Want me to tell you how to get one of the good endings later? Or you can figure it out for yourself.
I'll figure it out for myself. I like me a good challenge.
Okay.
And if you fail, you'll just cry.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Alright, guys. Have a good
All right. Night.
Bye,
Night.
guys.
Yes.
Okay, hi stream. Should I stay on? Who's still here? Should I stay on and play some Sims or something? Or should I go to bed? You all left? My chat all left? I only have 3 viewers right now? Feels bad, man. Chat. I can pop some Sims on me. Perhaps. Or I could end stream. It has been 3 hours. Twitch. Let's see who's on Twitch right now. Chat's dead? You guys are dead? Hello? Ah. Not even David's here? Feels bad, man. Alright, David. Well, should I end my stream or should I do something? Oh, if you're lurking, I'll end stream. I was thinking maybe pull up some Sims for like an hour, but I was streaming for like an hour. I don't even think Perez is on yet. You're literally just chilling? I wanted to see if Perez was on so I could be like, yo, Perez, you ready for some freaking Warzone, bro? But alas. But alas. Tipsy Squad. Someone's playing Fortnite, someone's playing Minecraft. I'm playing Call of Duty. Alright, well, I guess I'll just go to bed then since everyone else is sleeping. Thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. On Friday? Friday we will be playing Battle Royale for Your Heart. Me, Luna, and Gabe. Friday night is my next stream. Tomorrow I will not be streaming because... Oh, maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Because my hair will be nice. So maybe I'll stream tomorrow as well and play some Sims. In between. As kind of like a chill down. because I've been really fucking stressed with this Kickstarter. And then I think that's it. Alright, David, thanks for chilling for the whole stream. I appreciate it. So have a good night. Bye. I will see you soon. Bye.